Yeah, I wanna try to woo the fuck up.
I don't mind, man.
Sorry, I'm late, guys.
Oh, it's fine, guys. So it's calm.
I have to tidy a couple of things. Man, Rich, what's going on,
I'm
man?
good, brother. How you doing, man?
Raj, welcome
Tyrek.
on, man. Captain Awesome.
Are we ready?
Just
Yeah, I
finish-
So is
just
there
finish
is there sitting
introducing
etiquette?
everyone. No, we've started. Just introduced everyone.
Oh, are you recording?
Yeah.
I've been chatting shit.
No, he wasn't.
That's-
Might as well.
We're always
Was that
chatting
shit?
No, I'm not chatting shit, but it's not like on topic.
No, but that was on death though. It's just like an open.
I just gave them our entire government name.
Alright, we can clear that.
We can beat that part out.
Before I check my credit score in England, it's all fucked up because of someone I offended. So that's his name, alright.
Guys, welcome to Accidental Discharge.
What up?
We have a guest today, Rich in the house.
Welcome,
Miscom,
welcome,
you
welcome.
can call me Pete, Raj, and Captain Awesome. Bravo.
I think sure
Say Captain Awesome, I like that.
yeah, that's Captain Awesome.
Yeah.
I need to come
I
up
sure
with
it's
something. I need to
call
come
me
up with
Pete
something.
today.
You need to come up with
Something
something.
swanky like that, bro.
It's the Call Me Pete today.
Delicious daddy or something, I don't know.
Delicious daddy.
Funny enough, when everyone comes, a couple of people give themselves names. The first person to give himself his name was Five. Said that was his
Yeah.
name.
Five.
Five. Then there
Is he
was.
short? That's all right.
Whoa!
He's short,
Wow,
but like,
that's
I
a
don't
guess.
I don't know if it's related.
Yeah, but
Okay.
he's
You
going
should
to
know Five now. You know
I
the
don't know,
Switch,
no.
the Canon.
Bro,
Atta-
stop with these words. You
You
know,
know, Captain also,
you know.
did
Atta-
not call his name
Okay.
once.
You know
Oh, I know that.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
don't know him well, but I know.
Okay, yeah.
He said, you know, the switch, the bomb, the cannon,
Say the bombs. I didn't say the bomb.
the rifle.
But yeah,
What are you doing the podcast?
Yes, sir.
man, what you guys been up to, man?
Mm-hmm.
Living the life.
Yep.
Getting through this. Getting through the.
Baba,
Saturdays,
you've been
the
MIA. How's
weekends.
Ibadan? Ibadan was good.
Well, you went for a
Ibadan was
wedding
really
in Ibadan, no?
Jeez. Allow me to.
Yeah, Alhamdulilla's wedding.
Oh. You had a good time?
Yes, I actually, Ibadan had a good time with me.
Did you
Wow. Wait, what? Crazy.
How did that go?
Well,
What does that look like?
Yeah, when the city gets you.
so you had fun when you can't remember half of what happened the night before.
Is that when you know?
No, when you don't remember half of what happened. Yeah.
That's
Well,
when
that's
you
when
know.
I actually find that very worrisome.
Yeah.
I mean, it's partly verified, but it's worrisome to not know.
No, those are the kind of situations that end up with someone knocking on your door in 18 years. Hey, Dad. You know that, right?
Nah, it wasn't one of those ones.
Okay.
Oh, you've had one of those ones.
But no, I haven't.
What do you mean? Like, it wasn't one of
You
those
know
ones.
yet.
How do you know?
You don't remember?
Okay, so in other words, we'll wait and see over the next 18 years.
Oh, we
If something
would.
springs
We
up.
would wait and see.
Hopefully, we're all here. That would be nice.
We would wait and see.
How many of
The-
us here can be sure, certain that someone will show up in,
Sun will not
would
show up.
won't show up in like 10,
Would.
15 years?
Oh, no, definitely.
It could happen though.
You feel like someone will definitely show up?
Would
to
not show. You said won't or
No,
would?
how many of us are sure that someone will not show
Would
up?
not. Yeah.
Okay. I'm not
Definitely
sure.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't put that bet down.
Sure. You can't be sure.
I can't be sure.
You know we're recording.
Say it
You
again.
know we're recording.
Here's what it is, man. This is my story.
I love it.
We'll get to
This
story.
is my story.
Wow, this nigga came with the
it is-
angelic one.
It is what it is. Yeah.
He came with the Bible.
He came
just
with
took
the
us to
angelic.
church.
Hey.
No, but I don't think anybody's coming out.
Raji looked out for me though.
Yeah.
Nah.
Nah, I'm joking.
Pete
I'm joking. I
Miscom.
don't think anything. I don't think anything.
If it happens, it happens.
Pete is definitely up for such
Definitely,
he's,
yeah.
He's down with
Yeah.
that kind of life.
And,
I mean,
I guess we should now have said it now.
What's
People
life
will just
without
pop
drama?
up
Imagine
in that time and you will not remember.
Imagine
Life
just
without
like
drama is
have
peace.
like a grown ass like son or
It could
daughter
happen,
just
you know.
spring up and like, hey daddy. I'm like, who?
Because remember, you started having sex when you were, most people, I would say late teens, mid to late teens.
Mm-hmm.
So you would, at those times, you weren't the man you are today. You know?
Did you guys ever
I
hear
think
of
he
the
used
guy?
to black out there.
Those times you
guys
wouldn't
ever
do
hear of the
little
guy who
condom
tried to
checks
find
and all
his
the
dad?
extra
Yeah,
little
yeah,
things
yeah.
that you do now.
You
He
said
tried,
what?
about the dude who tried to find his dad after like 21 years. He's now in the NFL or something.
Oh, your dad's
And
gonna find
then-
him now, I bet.
Obviously.
I can imagine.
Apparently what happened
Yeah, I heard
was,
that's what happened with LeBron.
Oh, his dad came and said, "You're my son."
No, yeah, like
Bro,
'cause
once you see your,
his dad,
you're
left
running,
the
and all of a
I mean,
sudden,
success.
Ah, he
success.
LeBron, yeah,
All of a
LeBron's
sudden
dad
your
left
son
the-
stands for
and then
$500 million.
Like your son is LeBron James.
Come on, man.
My son.
Like
My baby.
son.
No, but this
Hey,
guy
baby
had
boy.
a legitimate.
You know,
This guy had a
come on.
legitimate reason. I think he was deported or he left America for Nigeria. He was Nigerian.
Oh, okay.
This is a feel-good Nigerian dad story, please. It's not one of those ones. And he lost touch with their mom. It wasn't in the times of email or something. So
Jesus.
he was gone for it, and they kept on looking for this dude, and
In
they
Nigeria?
eventually found him. Yeah, eventually.
Yeah, that
They
must have
eventually
been hard,
found his
man.
dad.
Eventually found
I
his
mean,
dad.
his dad eventually found him.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
happy
Course he had
reunion
to.
and stuff.
Cash dollars.
About
man.
to change his dad's life.
Cash
man.
dollars.
Well, that's a nice, good, feel-good story, I guess.
About to change his dad's
But other than that,
So
I
it
think
wasn't. It wasn't a. I had a whole nother family
Situation. Eh?
situation that I knew of. It was a
But I mean, obviously, he had a whole other family.
that he knew of, but he couldn't help.
Yeah.
You get.
Yeah, it happens. It happens.
It was out of his hands.
okay. I don't really want to. You know, I hate starting on bad news.
My guy.
He
bro.
says every time before he starts on bad news.
Yeah,
So
because
brace
that's
up.
how. That's
Like
just
when
how it
those
is.
people start saying no disrespect, yeah?
Yeah.
Nobody has ever said something respectful after saying no disrespect, yeah?
It's
not the
always
rule.
comes.
Exactly.
No, it's, that's not the rule.
I
No,
think-
it's
They say no
the.
disrespect,
it's a
but you
prep- it's a
smell
prep.
funny, or no disrespect.
Yeah, it's a prep.
You know?
Well, I think that's just because people feel disrespected easily nowadays. So it's like you have to just put it there. Like I'm not disrespecting
No,
you.
then it was a polite way.
but I don't know
now
how
it's-
you would
Nice.
feel. So please just don't feel disrespected.
Don't take it the wrong way.
Yeah.
I think that's really messed up, though. That inability to be like free speaking
And just
anymore.
direct, yeah.
Like direct. It's like it steals
You have
from
to
the.
explain everything.
Yeah.
You have to- yeah.
Everything is a misconception now. I
So
don't know.
what's
You have to
the
pick your
what's
words.
the bad what's the
you have
bad
to pick
The bad news?
the bad
Oh,
news.
Bad news.
nuance.
The Dowen College.
Yeah.
Okay,
The,
okay,
the
okay.
kid that died. Like, obviously, I'm not. This is one that has finally come to fruition or to light because of the level of the school at a different level. And I think even in Lagos, because kids have probably died in other schools and other places, you probably wouldn't hear it. But I think like everyone's at a place right now where you can't. That's even unacceptable. And the school it happened in. You know, it's affluent people. The conversation. It's in Lagos. There's too much happening in Lagos, and in a way, it's like it's a really sad story. But I think it brings attention to a lot of things that we've kind of left swept for a long time, which is bullying in schools. Like it's really actually affected a lot of people that have problems today. Is from boarding house. As far as like, there's a lot of people that at least attribute to it. I don't know if it's a way of saying
Yeah.
that people just put their blame somewhere, but you always hear stories of things that happen to people in boarding schools, and for that to get to this point, I don't know. Like, I don't know how someone else would carry that. You know, you see the father stories.
Was it secondary school?
It's like he
primary
was
school?
12.
So that's early secondary school. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just 2.
So there's always something I've struggled to deal with since being in Nigeria. I didn't go to any secondary school here, and I only went to 1 year primary school. So I always hear these stories of
Bullying.
bullying, but I don't hear it as bullying. What I
But
hear
they don't
is-
call it
it's
bullying,
like
they
I
call
hear-
it seniority.
Yes, I
Tough
hear it.
enough.
I hear
Exactly.
people
Thank
talk
you.
about it in a way of
Toughening up.
almost like it's a culture. So we do this to the older people did this to us, so
So
we
we
do
have
this
to
to the
try.
younger people. So we
Yeah.
did it. Where I came from in terms of my schooling system, the bullies were more. There's one person in my class who will bully someone else in my class. Do you know what I mean? But older people didn't really.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's same
But in
class.
Nigeria, it seems to be like a culture of, okay, so I've heard someone say, someone that I consider not a weak person, telling me that
he
their
was bullying
seniors
you.
had them sleeping under the bed. And as they were telling me this,
Under the
other
bed.
people were like, yes, no, that one was normal. I was just like, that's crazy. So when I heard this thing, I was shocked because of the age, because I didn't realize this.
12.
It's almost like hazing, but they haze everybody. You know how
It's
when you're joining the
constant hazing.
fraternities,
Exactly, it's constant
hazing,
constant
constant
hazing.
hazing.
and it's
For years,
it's not
it's not
exclusive.
one
It's
year.
to everybody.
Yeah.
You
It's
don't
not
need to
one
be
year.
joining a fraternity. It's just
Yeah.
anyone can
It's
get it.
it's JS1 to maybe SS1,
Yeah.
That's what SS2.
depending on.
In
By
some-
SS2,
in some schools, there's like a respect between SS2 and SS3, so they don't really bully them anymore.
yeah, but mostly it's JS1 to SS1.
Yeah.
Constant hazing, non-stop.
So what happens if, let's say, one of them decides to, let's say, stab one of the seniors out of anger or something?
yeah,
The people being
self-defense.
bullied.
Self-defense.
It depends who's
Because I never hear of a case of someone reacting.
Oh,
there
it
are,
happens.
There are people that react.
It happens.
No, I think that's what I'm saying though. Like, social media is allowing things to come to light. That's why I think I was trying to really get it to the point, because these things have happened before. Someone's
still
child has
happening,
died
yeah.
in schools, and it's just like the kid from I think that Deeper Life one. Because of social media, it's
In a
always
church
happened.
school
People
that
have
happened.
lost.
Oh,
yeah.
look.
Yeah.
And they
is-
bullied,
The
they
Deeper
bullied that
Life one
child's
wasn't
mom.
even
The
bully,
Deeper
it
Life's
was the
mom.
school itself,
The
right?
school itself
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
still trying to bully his mom.
Yeah.
And then AIT
Because-
carried the story, and
Yeah.
then
And so now they're
Exposure.
they're actually in court.
Yeah.
Wait,
Right
I don't
now.
understand.
But
This
that
is a
is-
church
and that's
we're
what I'm
talking
saying.
about.
Yes.
So
yeah.
The child was
A child whose parents are paying.
So
child
apparently
was
the
molested.
judge ordered
go ahead. no, start from he doesn't know the story.
a young boy got molested constantly in school
by students or
By
teachers?
students.
by students, right? So they were poking stuff in his
Okay, I get it.
bum,
Yeah.
and when he went to boarding house, he was kind of healthy and everything. Came back looking diminished. Poor boy had been under tons of stress. You know, lost a ton of weight, wasn't eating, had no appetite, was just scared like the entire time. So his parents were kind of like concerned. It took a little while for him to open up and express what had happened. And like when like the mom tried to address the issue with like the school authorities, they were clowning. Right, so yeah, so she went to a few people like Deeper Life, because it's, you know, high profile church and everything. They tried to suppress her, so she went out public. You know,
And they
a few
tried to
people,
bully
yeah,
her.
they tried to bully her and everything. And then I know like AIT and a few other media houses kind of took the story up and like put it on all their channels and everything. And then the thing kind of like spread like wildfire. People started taking her serious, and like the public was behind her and stuff. And then these clowns were still trying to,
They used police.
yeah, to
These
bully her
police,
and
they
everything.
use-
Because, like I said, the people that usually own these facilities,
influential.
these schools,
Yeah,
they're
they're
they
high
have
profile
money.
people.
They're
Yeah.
highly influential people. They're board of directors in banks, and so their influence when a situation occurs with them, they have the power. Look at, we're talking about extortion. Police need like 1K, 2K.
Yeah.
So then you're like,
Give them
somebody
some
dies,
millions.
you're just trying to sweep it off. Let alone like it's my child. Because I'm hearing with the Dowen situation, they said they even took the kids out and sent them abroad. I don't know if that's a real story. but the kid's responsible
yeah.
for the
culprits.
for the killing. Damn, it's crazy to like think that some
That's
kids really
madness.
killed another kid like that though. Like
It was the age that shocked me.
The
The
good,
age really shocked
good
me.
thing is with this case, the Deeper Life case you're speaking, I think as at Friday, the court had ordered is it house master or something,
Yeah,
the
to be
people who
arrested.
to be arrested and like remand like a few
no,
other
is it
people.
the
and
Deeper
everything.
Life one that got arrested? I thought it's this one. It's
No,
the
it's
Dowen
the
one.
Deeper
it's
Life
Deeper
one.
Life.
Oh,
They-
Deeper
they-
Life one, yeah.
Yeah, ordered the guy to be thrown in prison and everything. And I think a few other people, they need to make bail conditions to
they made
escape or
stiff
till then.
bail conditions.
Yeah.
This
So it's
one,
kind of
this,
good
the
progress.
Dowen one, the Lagos State
Everyone
government
just absconded.
have shut down the school for now. And I saw a few texts. Okay, right now, I've tried my best to stay away from, because it's a very upsetting story. But then every now and then you go on social, you go on your Twitter, and
You see people putting in their
people
2
putting in
pence.
extra information. Like there was a kid,
False information. Or
I don't know if it's false
It's
information,
additional.
but there was somebody who said he was in the room
yeah.
when the boy was bullied. There was another kid who said he was in the room. They put off the lights, they beat him up, and then they told the other kids in the room that if they should say anything, they know who they are, and they'll mess them up.
So the guys, who,
12-year-old kids
the
are
kids who
talking
were
like this.
bullying
This
the
doesn't
other
make
one,
Yeah,
were they like seniors or?
they were seniors.
Of course, they always.
They were seniors.
I see.
So he called the few names, and then even when the boy went to the, apparently it happened on like a Friday. Saturday he couldn't move. They called the housemaster.
The videos are
They
crazy.
forced him to ingest
Their
stuff
videos
as well,
are
right?
different.
There are videos
Clearly,
of him
because
unable to move.
his
like
lips
he's
were
in pain,
burnt.
Like
Yeah.
his lips, because
Were burnt.
That was the chemical they put in his mouth, right? Or was that the
don't-
beating?
That's the part I don't
So
understand.
his lips were clearly burnt. So that must have been from the thing they gave him to ingest. And he kept on complaining of stomach ache.
Yeah.
So that shit obviously would have fucked his entire.
And this thing happened over a
guts,
couple
yeah.
of days. It didn't just happen over one day. It kind of happened over like 2 or 3 days. Apparently, what I read today, it happened on like a Friday, and it wasn't until like Monday before they got in touch with his parents.
Well,
And the kids in the school didn't even know the boy had died. They just told him
Oh wow.
they were withdrawing him from the school.
How did you wait? Okay, no. How do you like? All right, you have a kid. How do you prepare? You have a child. It's a boy. How do you prepare them for that situation? Because you know they're gonna encounter that growing up now, and it's even going to be worse based
So
on.
I've been
just-
saying something before my son was even born. I said whether I have a child or daughter, I wasn't really planning for this kind of situation. Now I know I'm going to sound crazy with this, but it's how I generally feel. I'd rather defend my child in court for killing someone than to be attending my funeral, my child's funeral.
Of course.
So I'm going to train my child in everything. I'm good at boxing, I'm good at shooting. Everything I know, I'm going to teach my child. I'm going to teach them. It comes with obviously you teach them discipline, teach them.
Yeah.
You're not learning this to
To
go and
attack people.
cause trouble. But in this kind of situation, I want the school to call me and say, we've got 7 broken noses here and your child did it. I'm all right with that.
You're like, man,
I'd
nigga.
rather that
but
than
how
this.
do
No, you would always like
Training
that
day.
anyway. That
Your
always
kid.
feels good.
It's
Training
really-
day.
I'm
Your
gonna
kid.
teach.
My
I want to
nigga.
teach my child from a young age that the world is not nice. So
Yeah, of
just be
course, yeah.
prepared, and that's really all you can
That's
do.
really
Everyone
all
needs
you
to
can
Yeah,
be
but how do you
dangerous,
teach
There's
your
nothing-
kid
Not to become the bully.
not to become the bully? Because, okay, for
No, but
example,
that's
let me-
control.
That's humanity. That's your. So I think if a child from early understands that they're not better than other people, that people, even if they're a rich child, if they understand that
Everybody
I
should
have
be
things,
treated equally.
but there are
It's,
people that don't have things,
Mhm.
and me having things, it's my responsibility to care for these people.
Yep.
So how do you do this? You take them to soup kitchens. When they
Service,
when they don't
yeah.
want to share
Charity.
something, I take it from them. Now, I've done this with I haven't done it with my son. I've done it with one of my nephews. I bought him something. He was with one of my other nephews. He was saying, "No, you can't touch it." I literally took it and I gave it to him. I gave it to the other nephew and said, "It's yours now." And I explained to him, until you can share and realize that everything that's not, there are going to be things that are yours, but you're not at that stage of life yet. That stage, when things get to the point where it's yours, and even then, there's a whole nother argument about this. I was going to say it's things like your wife, but even your wife is not yours. You have to work for your wife. You have to earn it. You don't. There's no right to anything. Once a child can understand that, they start looking at themselves as humanity is really about
embodiment
service,
of that.
service to the world.
Yeah.
Right. Once a child can understand that, no matter what position they are in life, because half the children that bully is due to entitlement, it's due to insecurities, it's due to feeling weak,
Feeling alone as well.
it's due to feeling alone,
They
it's
don't
due,
have someone to.
think
it's due to watching their parents be abusive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of Nigerian parents, you see this thing.
No
My friend, will you
sense.
shut up and sit down?
No
A
sense
child
of
seeing
self.
their parent do that, that's a small thing, right?
Yep.
Or
monkey see,
the
monkey
driver,
do.
go and bring the car, idiot. A child seeing that, what did the child see?
Monkey see,
My
monkey
father
do.
is richer or better than this person, so he can
Yep.
talk to that person. Like that.
Yeah.
So
Nihilist.
anyone that I feel I'm rich, I'm better than,
Nihilism.
this is
that's,
how I
that's,
address them.
that's the primary
So
thing.
it's really, children, they're sponges, they're taking everything.
Okay,
So
you
Yep.
see,
they
the
follow
other
your
example
example.
I was going to give was this, was it Oxford shooting in the US? The high
I
school.
mean the guy who. Okay, go on.
Oh yeah, that
Yeah.
shooting. Yeah.
They
That's why
went-
we don't have guns in Nigeria.
Because
Because
my
I
Rittenhouse.
swear,
we,
it'd drive
we
me
actually
crazy.
do have guns, but it's
Yeah.
No,
it's on
Yeah,
it's
Rittenhouse
not.
is
It's not in that.
Yeah,
It's not
that's
in
what
that
I'm
format.
talking
Not
I think
in the US
Rittenhouse
format.
is innocent. Personally, I looked at the whole situation.
Sorry?
But what?
Rittenhouse
hang
is
on.
not
so
guilty.
he was part of like the riots.
Okay,
in my opinion.
that's a different.
Did
He was not part of the. He wasn't part of the riot.
He
No,
showed
he
up.
joined-
He was
he
helping
joined
cleaning
the
up.
thing, right?
He was
Rittenhouse
helping clean
had
up.
gone there to help
Clean up.
the police.
He drove
Okay.
to another city
Yeah.
with guns.
To go
I
and
was
help
like,
the
yo,
police.
Oh, and then what
exactly
happened?
though?
He
And
shot.
what did
He
he
shot
do?
around
But
the people.
He shot the
What's your argument? Do you feel he's
Why?
do you feel he's racist?
I don't know.
I
I don't.
really-
I,
I really
I
don't.
have
Let
no
me
idea who the
just
guy is.
put one key point. He didn't kill a black person.
That's what I said.
Well, still.
That's what I said.
He killed white people.
He
So
shot
if
white
it's
people.
racism,
I mean, it's not
he's not
hate.
racist.
So hang
He's-
on.
No,
probably
but you know
has a-
what?
His uncle
That's-
might have been a police officer.
but-
Like, I'm with the police.
But you know what?
hang
In that
on.
concept,
Some of
that's
us-
not right
but you
though.
can't
Because in
just
that
show up and
concept,
say
he
I'm with
shot.
the
I think he
police.
shot white people that were pro-black.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's crazy,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah, but you
Yeah.
have to understand something.
So
You have to understand that if he's
racism
really
doesn't-
about this racist stuff, there
them
were black
crackers.
people there. He could have.
Yeah, he could have really
burst
gone
at
at
white
it. I like
black
to
people,
point
but
out
he
that
didn't.
But you see, that's not fair on the balance of what it means, though, because he shot white people. But
That's
I think
worse.
He shot
Yeah,
white
it's
people
like-
that were there.
It's
for
true though.
black
To be
rights.
fair,
Like, it's like-
racist white people are more angry with white people that like black.
Exactly.
What they call them, sympathizers.
Allies.
Anti-KKK.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, with the Ku Klux. Fuck off.
We're allowed
that's
to
pretty
swear
much
on
it.
this. We're allowed to swear on this.
Yeah, of
Well,
course.
fuck that.
No, but
I'm in here watching my English.
I don't think whether he's racist or not even matters here. It's the idea. The question
How old
that
is he?
He left somewhere
He was like
with
17.
weapons.
No.
With the did he
Now
go
you're
did-
looking at
Did he
that-
go with the intention to kill or to
You're
hurt?
looking at that with a
or to do
Nigerian.
what?
You
You're
showed
looking
up
at that with
with
a
an
Nigerian point of view.
automatic
Let me
rifle.
explain.
No,
Let me
no,
explain.
no,
Let
Do
me
you know what
explain
it
why I
means to
said
carry
that.
like an
No.
automatic
From
From the
rifle?
point of
Can I-
view
can
of-
I
from
explain?
the point of view of
Jeez.
law, right? Did he go there? What was his intention going there?
Can I give you an? It's a mindset thing, in my opinion.
Okay.
So I'm moving to America for this. I like America, but one of the things I actually
I
like
love
guns, not
America,
because I like
yeah.
shooting people. I like shooting for sport.
We don't know that, but okay.
No, I have video evidence.
I'm
Like,
joking, I'm
I
joking,
shoot for
come
sport. But
Practicing for the
now
guns.
I'm a novice. There are people that will take you somewhere and they'll show you 200 guns. They'll tell you, and it's not like, oh, I want to blow someone's head off. They'll say, oh, this one is from the First World War. You know, it was.
Yeah,
It was.
collectors.
You play
It
Call
was
of
made,
Duty.
I was
you
at
know
the
this.
I was at the gun range and we had this. The person that took me had one gun that I didn't know was rare. I realized it was rare because some guys came all the way from the
Remington?
next area. No, it was an M1. It's a high-powered rifle.
Okay.
So
That's like World War
the
II.
guy is a World War II
Yeah.
gun.
World War
Exactly, you know your shit. So the guy
Call
comes
of
over.
Duty,
He's like,
Call of
he's
Duty.
like, some guy.
Modern
A
warfare.
Marine. He came over. He's like, I'm so sorry to bother y'all, man, but I noticed you got that M1.
That's 4
can
rounds.
I touch
man.
it? He said, can I touch it? Then Justin, the guy I was with, said, you know what, you can actually, we've got some shells, you can have some shots. He's, oh my God, you are a good man. Like he, literally, the next 10 minutes, he came, he hugged
Can we
me
get
like
some
17
niggas?
times. He was just so happy. So I say that to say this. A place like that, guns are just, some places where it's open carry
Plus
states,
cheese with that one.
people carry these guns like it's nothing.
That's what I was gonna say. Like they could just put it in
Like-
the car and be moving somewhere.
Yeah,
Like,
people
but-
people will not
No,
go
no,
to
no, no.
Walmart. They
Well,
will-
I think.
Would you
what-
go to there are people that will not go to H medics without carrying a gun.
Yeah.
Just as a way of life.
Yes.
Some of them have never shot any human person
but-
Yes.
when they
Hold
live
on,
in
hold
their
on,
life.
hold on. Yes, yes.
It's the culture of the
So-
country.
Yes. But that's a culture of the country wanting to carry your gun. All that is fine. That's what happens in America. But this situation, he left his own city or town or state, loaded up with guns to go to where he
With
knew,
live rounds.
With live
gotta
rounds,
say he had
going,
plans, though. He
going
had
to
plans.
where he knew there were going to be a protest.
He had plans.
I don't
I
know
have
what
a-
his plans
I have a
were,
question.
but what was his intention? And then he gets there and actually pops off. And
But
what
the
he
the
says
people that he
is
shot,
that he went. I don't
did
care
they-
about the people
Did
that
they
he shot.
shoot at him?
No,
They did.
no, they didn't shoot at him.
They did.
Or people
that he
shot
shot,
at him.
Where do you think he got?
When?
Where do you think
Before
they
or
let him
after?
off?
Before or after?
No, the people that he
Before
shot
or
like 3
after
people,
he
right?
fired rounds?
That part I don't know, but he was shot back
Exactly,
at.
so-
Right?
No, being shot back.
No,
out
he should
is-
shot
that's
back
fine.
out.
That's fine.
I didn't say
it
shot.
means self-defense.
Exactly.
No,
so-
but my question is,
I'm leading somewhere.
Still forget about that.
Why do you
because
think he was
those-
innocent?
Those people were. I don't know.
Because
I don't.
his lawyers were able to argue a case. Remember,
That what?
so it's not a racist thing now. We
that
can't
he,
even
that he
say
didn't have intention to kill.
it was a. Here's the picture they painted. Whether true or not, he's gone somewhere. He's a fan of the police. Yeah.
He's a
Maybe there
friend.
wasn't a riot.
not. What do you
Maybe
mean?
Today
maybe there
he's
He's
wasn't.
not even in that state. How can he be a friend of the police?
Maybe-
Because remember, and in the US, their police is states.
Jurisdiction,
Yeah, there's jurisdiction.
So maybe there
So how
wasn't
did he
maybe there wasn't a riot in his own locality.
So you were just there scarring for when there are riots.
That's
You're
what I'm
like,
saying. He
hey,
went for it.
hey, today there's a riot in New Jersey. I'm going to drive up there because I'm a friend of the police.
So how
Alright,
can you be
so I
friend
have-
of
I have another
New Jersey
question.
police?
That's insane.
So let me ask
When
you
you
a
don't
question.
live
But
there.
they're vigilantes
Because-
in
Thank
some
you.
states.
That's
But it's illegal. That shit's
Vigilantyship
illegal.
is illegal.
It's illegal.
But they actually
Alright,
let some
listen
people
to this.
actually like.
No.
Alright, I've got one question for you
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
Black Lives Matter protesters, right?
Yeah.
Do you guys agree that there were some people that may be in, let's say, Miami, and they'll go over to Orlando?
Okay.
Or there are people in
protest?
Maryland, yeah.
Yes.
And they'll
Protesting
leave
is
Maryland
legal.
and Baltimore and go
Yes.
down to DC.
Yes.
He's doing the same thing from the
No.
other side
No.
of the coin.
No, that's
No.
not. That side
How
is
you
not
gonna
legal.
say
He
no
has
to
no
that?
legal authority
side is not
to
legal.
control protests.
Protest.
He's not a
Yeah.
policeman.
It's not. It's not. It's
He's
not.
going
It's not.
to
It's not an
support-
enforcer.
What do you mean he's going to support the police?
It's not an
What-
enforcer.
Yeah.
Anyone else
He's
can
not
be an
legally
enforcer.
with that right to do that.
Can't the young man dream?
He should do it in his house. What I'm
No.
gonna say, should buy fuel and burn fuel and kill the
No, don't get
ozone
me wrong.
layer.
I'm not saying he's not he's a good person by any means. He's not. He's a messed up person.
I don't
but-
know if he's a good person or a
But I
bad
don't
person.
think
All I know is
from
that he
the
should be
evidence that has
guilty
been
for
presented,
much
I
Apex
don't
Legends.
think he should be guilty.
Too much Apex.
Cause
Because there's evidence of him cleaning up the streets with the police before shooting anybody.
What's going on?
How old? How old is
This
this
is
guy?
like
How
this is
old
like
is he?
white.
You
This is
have
like
to-
white people who
no,
say
no.
I have black
You
friends.
have
How's
to
this
unlook
guy?
You have to unlook the.
Do you watch the news?
Not really.
That's
no.
what you have to.
Because you
Yeah.
sound like you watch
Of
the
course
news.
not. I don't want the
No,
news.
he's
There's
just
lies all over the news.
You know, it's easy to be like critical about things now. All you need is like
Enough headlines.
enough headlines, 3
Yeah.
seconds or 3 minutes, and
Yeah.
then you have.
How
the
old is
story.
this guy?
That's what you think.
What's his name?
Rittenhouse.
Yeah.
At 23, I think.
Jesus. Okay.
They're all young.
Gaming.
They're all young.
Say gaming.
Yeah, I'm sure he's popular on Twitch as well.
On what? Twitch?
Twitch, yeah.
What's Twitch?
Not from cleaning
It's,
up the streets with the pony.
28.
Live, live streaming.
Like,
Oh, I thought
platform
it was
for
like
gamers.
I thought it was a bit of extracurricular.
So,
But so just we kind of digressed out of the bullying
We did.
subject. Yeah. I was going to say, I think lots of people are coming at bullies in terms of like, oh, their parents didn't. And I get what you said, and you made a really good point about sponging, right? Seeing how your
Monkey see, monkey
parents,
do.
react, interact with staff and all of that. And maybe that's really where a lot of these children get it from. Because to be honest, you do have
Definitely where
parents
they get it
raising their
from.
children well, and then they still go and do these things. I think sometimes bullying is almost like rape. That desire for control over someone else.
Yeah.
That's really what it
Suppress
is.
someone.
Yeah.
To just suppress
Well, yeah, I mean,
someone
it
or to
is
put
different.
someone.
I mean, that was deep, yeah.
But
Yeah.
you just
yeah.
said something, right?
Yeah.
About, so have you made
Yeah, no, you can.
You said something about
Bullying
the way
family.
they have raised their children.
Yeah.
So I always say this thing. That's why I gave the example of not necessarily the way they might.
They might-
That parent that's shouting at the drivers, shouting at the cooks,
Yeah.
might have sent the children to the best schools, might make them go to the mosque or the church,
Yeah. Teach them all the
might
right
make
things.
them, might be very
Yeah.
polite to their mum and to them, but the way they treat people that,
Is
that
what the child is
society
picking
says
up on.
are
Yeah.
below you,
Yeah.
or society says are weaker than you.
so wait, hold on.
That's all it
That's
takes.
where
What's
the
the consensus
bullying
here?
ideology comes
That's all
from.
it takes because
Sorry.
the kids watched it.
What's the
Yeah.
consensus
Yeah.
here?
And then but when it comes to school,
sure
it's
there's
more
a-
that you're just you see somebody weaker than you, and instead of being able to show
think
compassion,
yeah.
you're just
driver.
Yeah,
you don't like something about
the
that
case
person
of
and you
children
attack them
who
instead
don't
of just
have,
like leaving that
like,
thing.
parents-
leaving that to
Wait,
be.
hold on. Yeah.
Like, because right now the consensus here sounds like we've put this at the doorstep of the parents.
Yeah.
Mostly.
That's what I was trying
But
to
it is
pull-
at the doorstep
That's what I
of
was
the
trying to
parents.
pull away from.
Because there are anomalies. There are anomalies are cases of mental health. We're not
Because
even-
a
we're
lot
not
of
even
these
talking about
things-
mental health. Some children have mental health. So no matter
Yeah,
what
but
the
you
parents
don't.
do,
But how would
the
you know,
children are
right?
still
How
gonna-
would you know if that child
You don't know
is
that, but
just
that's
not
an
a
anomaly.
psychopath?
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But that's an anomaly. You can't say Nigeria has a culture. Well, you can't tell me all this
Built on
crazy.
something. Let's understand that the culture was built on something. People just didn't wake up one day and have that culture. It started somewhere and it continued because, and like I also went to like a public school. I didn't even know there was a lot of bullying in private schools. And that's the ideology. Like they tell you, oh, don't worry. When you're a senior two, you do it. When you're a senior two, you do it. When you get to SS, this, you do your own, like, and it just keeps on. So that's almost like justifying why they are doing it. You know, it's like, yeah, you are looking at me as a bad senior now, but don't worry, when you get there, you understand why. You know, it's. I can't even, from my situation, I can't speak on what, say, maybe the school could have done to clamp down on it. I don't know now. Maybe if schools took bullying more seriously, and again, like the only thing I can,
You can't even say that. That's not even schools taking. No, that's not. The problem is these schools have never cared. This is not.
That's what I'm saying. I'm taking it more seriously.
They can't.
No, of course they can't.
they don't.
So I was just going to reference.
They're there for the money. Then come and do the work you do. Nobody in Nigeria is being taught on the basis of love and understanding.
That's why I said
from their time
they need to take it seriously. And I was going to again link it to how we generally treat rape cases in this country. It's almost the same thing. So like if I go and report a senior, first of all, depending on who the senior is how they will treat it.
Yeah.
You know,
How
then it's a matter of, okay, can you prove,
Who his
are you
parents
sure, is it this senior, how are you sure it was this senior, or
Then
did you not say
who's
it was
the
that?
senior's
You know,
parents?
So yes,
How affiliated,
it's almost like you are blaming the person now for, okay, how are you doing there? In my school, you can't, as a junior, you can't walk on senior's corridor. So you can imagine going to report that the senior slapped you for walking on the corridor. They probably ask you, why were you walking there? Sure, you already know that you can't walk there.
No one in Nigeria
I
actually.
actually went.
No, it's just a senior's rule. It's not a school
Wow.
rule.
But should not be allowed to set rules.
Exactly.
I went to a really
But
good
how
school.
would it be treated when you report it? That's my point.
I agree.
So the schools need to actually take it seriously. So again, you as a parent, you may not even know your child is a bully. Your child can do 6 years or 5 years as a senior.
You wouldn't know.
And you wouldn't know because no case has been brought to you to say, oh, your son was reported for being a bully.
But you know, I think as a parent, you can identify in your child.
With
I think you can
the way,
identify what people are like based on how you see them just interact with people.
yes,
Not all the time.
Not all the time, and
Not all
also
the
because
time.
people, if you see your child as being, let me say, dominant or assertive, lots of people will be happy with that, because maybe their first mindset to be like, so nobody can bully him.
Yeah.
Not thinking about what, like just Miss Kong was asking, he might
Because
be the
all
bully.
they see is that's what you're even talking about. What I was about to jump on, which is that Nigeria does not even take sign to weakness. Like if you're in a disadvantaged situation or something, it's like you don't want to hear it. You don't want to know someone's issues. Exactly. They don't. We're not. And it goes all the way to the top. It's not a protective situation. Someone cannot come out and be open. Like, look what women go through. Women
Women are abused.
9 to 5 women, workers,
Yeah.
harassment. They can't come out and say anything.
Yeah.
And it's no one wants to hear your weakness. Nobody wants to come to your aid in that situation. You come and say they slapped you in the hallway, like you didn't fight back.
Yeah,
or
do you understand?
You
That
didn't,
could-
you know.
your parents could even shame you. They'll be like, what do you mean slapped
Yeah.
you? And you didn't slap the person back.
And that's why when sometimes
Especially for
when you hear
boys.
success stories sometimes in the US, even like Adele, they'll tell you about one teacher or someone that they could go to and that would nurture their energy when they were going through like
Through
a
things,
setback.
yeah.
You don't have that here. Everyone
have
is
that in
everyone is the teacher is probably trying to take money off you as well. Going through their own thing. Probably even want to molest you, might want to rape you. Just don't care.
And primarily, I think even more now.
And you don't even know the teachers that are going in now based on, look at the standard of things. So what teachers are actually sitting there now?
They were probably bullied. They probably went through the same cycle, same system.
They're even angry that you're a rich man's child or that you
Yeah,
can't
so-
afford
so-
1 million. Do you know what I had to do? My child, do you know where my child goes to?
Yeah.
Where it's like they hate, it's just jumping. And so
Self-hate.
everyone's nonchalant.
And in the system, you have one or two systems. You have public school systems where the staff generally don't care to be there. They are underpaid. There are conditions. There's no the offices, the classrooms. They are not air conditioned. They are not fanned. They are teaching like 100 students. Like your condition is not good enough for you to even care about that child's issue. Then you have the private schools who are thinking about the money. So like, okay, this child was bullied, but who was he bullied by? 700 people. Do I want to risk losing money from these 7 people or this one person? Like it's almost like everybody's being bullied. Why is your own different? you know,
Endure it.
exactly, like just endure it.
You'll be
You're
fine.
not going to die, you know. But now, unfortunately,
Which is more to
Someone
my
somebody
point.
died.
Nobody cares.
Yeah.
And the is it the principal's guard or someone is AWOL, he's absconded. So
Yeah, they
far.
said that I think 2 of the students.
principal or something.
Oh, the principal.
I don't know.
I
But
heard that.
some-
I heard like
someone
some of
who's
the
meant to be
children involved
responsible.
were-
Someone who's meant to be
yeah.
responsible there has absconded.
No, the children, I think they said they flew them out of the country.
Yeah, no, not
Which is
not
crazy
even the
because now that I
children,
think the
'cause
kids, if the kids are, would they have
School
to
is
pay?
in session, so like for you
Well,
to
school is in session, but
for
you
you
can't
to fly your for you to fly
I
your
think
children
school's in
out.
session.
I think
That's
it'll
kind
be
yeah, an admission of
ridiculous.
guilt.
You can't say school. I mean, school's
It
in
should
session,
be,
but
but it
yeah,
should be
they killed
now.
the kid.
No, what I'm saying is that school is in session, so
Yeah.
for children to have been flown
No,
out,
so
it's kind of like an admission of guilt.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, yes,
why will your
Wait,
children not
wait,
be in
hang
school?
on, hang
Yeah.
on, hang on. Let's break it down. Let's break it down. So if kids were flown out,
Yeah.
it was done by parents, not the school.
No,
Of
no,
course.
but no, by
so,
parents.
so,
yeah.
so, so the parents,
from the
yeah.
beginning.
So
Yeah.
the parents know, acknowledge that look, their kids fucked up.
Yeah.
Right? I don't believe that like the school should be shut down. That whole shutting down of the school is retarded.
No, let me
because
tell
I
you.
do.
Yeah, okay.
understand
No,
why.
finish.
I think
finish,
it's
finish.
bullshit.
One child died, but
Wait,
maybe,
wait,
maybe
wait,
it's
wait,
happening
Rich,
tomorrow.
Let him go,
Rich.
let him go.
So
Let
the
him
reason why
Yeah.
I feel the school should not be shut down is because you have hundreds of other kids who have paid fees.
Yes.
They need to get education, right?
Yes. Agreed.
So because 4 or 5 stupid kids did something useless, doesn't mean that everyone else should be disenfranchised, right?
Yes.
They should go to school, get education and everything, yeah?
Yes.
Hold the principal responsible if you feel like someone needs to be accountable. Hold whoever it is. But don't shut down the school. Shutting down the school just is it's the same thing as like how you have government destroying buildings because someone didn't pay a certain fee or
Okay.
something.
Not the
like
same
Can I
thing,
make a
but I
point?
get your point.
Can I
Hold
make
on,
a
let
point?
Rich go.
that. Go on.
So, I would agree with you. However, at one point, the school made the decision to put themselves in the firing line. The way the school responded with it to
Yes.
showed that they have a culture or a mindset of not dealing with this.
So cover it
Thus
up.
allowing
Okay.
me as the school board to be like, it is possible based on your behavior
Okay.
that this is actually more rampant in your school,
Okay.
and it's possible
Okay.
that it might be extreme to the point where if you're defending death and you're
Okay.
not shocked and wanting to stamp
Okay.
this
Okay.
hard on, then it's possible that this might be a lot more normal,
Okay.
and we shouldn't put other children at risk.
So let
fair
me
enough
ask
they
you a
pay
question.
fees,
Let me
but
ask
we don't
you.
want 2 bodies before Christmas.
So let me ask you a question. What happens to the
To the other
And you know they
students.
just
For-
upped the ante
for-
of the
to
bullying,
the
right?
400 to 600 other students, right, or parents of the students who
So,
probably had to go out of their way to find the funds for fees
yeah, Peter, can I
to
answer?
Here's
educate
what
their
the school- the
children.
school owe them
What happens
money.
to them?
School owe them education or money. So what the school should do?
That's
is
most
what the
likely not
school
going to
should do-
happen.
What the school should do is to prepare a COVID lockdown schooling system for the rest of December. It's their responsibility.
When you say what,
So
Look,
Peter,
if I build a house,
So-
if
so-
I build
so-
a house
so-
and one house falls down, right,
okay,
and people lose their lives, yeah, it's my responsibility to deal with that issue. So,
So
there's gonna be
Nigeria.
backlash. So I'm gonna have to take
Peter, wait, let me
financial
ju-
loss,
let me
PR
just
loss, whatever it may be. The school has to take the risk, and we're talking about money.
exactly.
This is now a child's life. You
But
have to
but
be
but
willing
but
so
Peter,
so
Peter,
culturally Nigerians don't plan contingency.
Do
It's
they even
like-
plan
no
succession?
You have to.
No, but
Exactly.
Peter, you're asking a question here. The thing is, one, someone has died as a result of something that happened on that premises. So first of all, it's a crime scene. The government and police are entitled to shut down, close a place if it's a crime scene.
Fair enough, yeah.
Secondly, his point now, while a good point about the other students, it becomes moot because this situation can lead to the school even losing. I don't know if schools have licenses, but losing.
Look, it's not about
Yeah.
the schools.
Hold on. Of course, it's about the school because you're asking about what happens to the students. If the school loses its license to operate from this point, what happens to the students? It's still the same question, but the point is that the more important thing is to deal with the death. And like he said, the possibility of more deaths because now the school is a crime scene. So
Well,
even
actually,
if,
let's be honest,
even if they have to expedite an investigation to say, okay, we won't close them for so long, close them for 5 days or 3 days, there has to be a period where that school is not in operation.
Well, on the bright side, the school is it's almost December. The school was gonna.
Yeah, exactly.
So
That's
they
why I
have
think
they have a nice period. But he is right in the sense that the kids should be able to go to school.
No, of course. That's what I said. I said that
I would like
he
the
had a
kids to
very
go
good
to school
point.
Show
because
must
one of the
go
biggest
on.
mistakes that Nigeria makes is that every
Yes.
time something comes
They
up,
shut
they
down.
shut down.
No, but are you telling me that you think all those schools in America where they have school shootings, they don't close
Tara,
down?
The school shooting
Fuck
in
America,
Columbine is
fuck
the school
anywhere
shooting in
else.
Columbine is anyone else
hold
can
on,
come
hold on,
with
hold
a gun.
on.
Hold on. Excuse me,
Yeah,
hold on.
go on.
The shooting in Columbine and those situations are school shootings. Anyone can come with a gun. It's not tomorrow that another kid is going to beat another kid and put chemical in his mouth. They're not going to beat another kid in Dowen. Every child is very much awake and alive to what is going on. Everyone's parents. So let's not act as if another death is upcoming. This is a situation that's more tackling the idea of bullying and attacking that from there on. But the kids should be able to go to school because you don't want your child to be at home.
I think what's more
within that period. All you have to do is, what you can hope is that every parent is at this time prepping their child for that consciousness of what is happening and the realities. But that's probably not what is
they're going
happening.
to prep them while they are still in school. There needs to be, when there's that kind of situation, there needs to be a calming down of things.
Calming
You
down
can't
of
just
things.
pretend like things. No,
Well,
but
this
what
is
about,
what we see.
wait, hold on. What
Calming
about,
down of what
hold on,
things?
of everything.
I know
What
all
is
activities,
everything?
No,
all
hold on.
activities.
Like
Let me
what
What about,
now?
sorry,
Let me
let me just
explain-
finish,
let
let me
me-
just
let me
finish.
go
What
Like
about,
what?
what about students who have lost their friends? You expect them to still be attending classes? Should they still be attending classes?
Oh no, but I'm not saying that they shouldn't.
Peter.
come
Okay, so
for
let me
this
ask you a
period.
question.
Yes,
Tara,
students should
Tara,
still be
hold
able to
on.
receive their education.
Let me answer your
but
question.
that should
now.
be a responsibility
So
of
when
the
would you
school.
say they should?
Okay,
take
so
it
hold
down?
on. So hold on.
When the school is
Tara.
ready to, when the government is ready to say this school, we have done advantage.
Fuck the government, Tara. Let
We're
me
talking about
let me
the
say.
government now.
So
Like
yeah.
when the government-
Tara,
come on.
first of all,
Because I find the school is
Tara,
concerned,
Tara.
the longer we're shut down, the less money we're making, so they'll reopen. Yeah, but they are going to be selfish. It's a private school. So they'll open as soon as they can.
Mr. Awesome, Mr. Awesome,
Captain.
Captain Awesome,
Sir.
fuck the government, first of all, yeah.
Normal level.
And let me say this,
Okay.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they say it too.
Fuck Sanwo-Olu, man.
motherfuck the government. And this is why I'm saying this, right? Because, okay, so someone's lost their friend in
Yes.
primary 4.
Yeah.
What the fuck does that have to do with people in primary 5, primary 3, 2, 1,
I agree
kindergarten,
with
8?
you.
So you disenfranchise, they should go home because someone died in primary 4.
Hold on.
Isolate primary
You
4.
can't ignore
You
it's a
can
crime scene.
hang on.
Exactly, it's a crime scene.
Well,
The school is
please
a
hang
crime
on.
scene.
So
the
send
kid died
everyone
in-
in primary
did he
4
die in the
home
He didn't, but
Send everyone in primary
but
4
But the
home
cause of death
and let
originated
people go
in
to
the
school.
Yes,
That's
Send
hold on.
everyone in primary 4 home if you feel you need to.
If he died in the school, I
Let
could
it
even
be
give
discretional.
more. I could give the school
If you
more
feel like you can't come to
situation of-
school,
If he
you
died in
have
the school, it's
a
fine.
1 or 2 week thing window to
He
come
was
back.
taken from the hospital, from school,
Right?
such
And
a
then let every other student
We
in
know
every
the
let
crime happened
them
at school.
keep going
I
to
feel like
school.
what's most important about closing down the school
Education.
is finding out
Jesus.
the investigation. It's not that they'll close down the school, nothing will be done, and then reopen the
yeah,
school.
exactly. No, there's a
Close
purpose
down
for
the
closing
school.
down. Yes.
School have a responsibility.
Exactly.
Why are you
Find out the
closing the
people.
school
Wait,
down?
hold on. At
chill,
least
chill,
let
chill.
investigation. Let
No,
them
it
do-
should no. They should no. Hold on, you're wrong,
you-
Peter, to say the school shouldn't
tell
take
you why
a
I
break
feel
off.
you're wrong.
Obviously,
because
They
the school
have to
has
close, I'm
the
just
school
saying.
stonewalled the information.
thank you.
Okay.
P, let me
That's
make-
the first part. So they are
If
also,
the school
remember
they
how
are
was
I started-
forthcoming, if the
Yeah.
school was
I'm
forthcoming,
going to prove all of you wrong.
Wait,
If
you
the
know
school
what I
was-
said at the beginning? I
Go
actually
on.
said
yeah.
such an
I
agenda. So I'm
understood
going to
what he
prove
was
all
saying.
of you
Yeah.
wrong.
But when the school reacted the way they did,
Yeah,
they
exactly.
Put themselves
They
in
put
this
themselves
They
position.
made
in
them
that
complicit.
position.
Yes.
And then let me make it personal for you.
Go on.
Let's say it was your niece or nephew.
Yes.
I guarantee you,
Peter
one
has
of the
told
first
us.
person
Peter
said,
has told us
until
that
we
it's
find out what's
okay.
happened, no
No,
one's
Rich,
coming
Rich,
to
Rich,
Rich,
we gotta
Rich,
slap
leave
you.
it to. Peter
So-
has told us that it's
so can I
okay
respond?
for his niece or nephew
This-
to
he has
be
a greater-
raped.
he has a
So
greater
as
good-
long as the
So-
leader
He
is
has
doing
he has
a good
hold
job.
on, hold on. He has a greater good mission.
He has a
So
greater
can I
good
respond?
vision.
Can I
Family,
respond?
family can lay off, bro.
So can I
He
respond?
has told us.
Let
Can I
him-
respond?
let him-
Can I
let him
respond?
propose.
First of all, we're trying to be logical, right? It's not about the staff. The staff are like the teachers teaching, right? Let them teach.
Yep.
My problem is not with the staff, it's with the management. So fuck the management. The school can keep running without fucking management.
Well, without the
No.
pressure-
Hang on, Nee. Hang on.
You're in business in
Hang
Nigeria,
on.
you should know better than that.
My guy, look, see. a school is a business, right?
That's why I say.
Yeah.
So your issue legally, your issue legally is with the management of that business, not the people who are being paid, not the staff.
Even the management is being paid.
No, but
No.
You know, in school they
The-
have
my
they
guy,
have academic and administrative
Tarea,
staff.
yeah, no,
okay,
you're
no,
going
what he's
off
saying is who
rail.
would you hold accountable right now?
The
in
people
the principal-
legally accountable,
I wanna get
the
this.
management,
But let-
not
so let me
not
ask you
the
this.
staff.
If a barber shop, if the head barber, the person who owns the shop, is arrested, do you think the rest of the staff will come in and just be working?
My brother, the management is accountable. The
That's
head
what I'm saying.
barber.
Here's what I'm saying.
Eh,
So if
so
that's
the
the
shop-
person that is arrested, do you believe,
No,
knowing
but
this
It's
is
discretional. The barber shop, the shop can keep going on
Can.
while
Yes.
you're having investigations.
No.
Teachers, yes,
You're
teachers.
ignoring the Nigerian
Hang
sector.
on.
There's
Fuck
contamination
man,
of
there's no
evidence.
such thing as hang on.
There's contamination of
that.
evidence.
Look, it's what you choose to do. It's choice. Yes. Teachers can teach while they're investigating management. Arrest everyone in management. Show them, lock the key away, fling them.
Well, that's too
That-
much.
that's what
You're
I'm
going
saying.
too
I'm
harsh
just,
about
I'm just saying.
So when they lock everybody in management, who
Tare.
will open
I'll be
the school in the morning?
Tare,
Who will pay the teachers?
that's
Who will
what I'm
ensure
telling
that?
you.
Okay,
These
all
are
right. Please,
staff.
let's hit
Yeah,
points.
management
Let's hit
staff
points.
now.
Let's hit points. Let's hit points. Peter, the thing is, I understand what you're trying to say. If you're going to say anything, at the time when everything is happening, the principal and I think he's in boarding house.
Yeah, the body now.
You can lock
Principal,
them, principal
matron.
and- yeah.
No, hold on. Principal is called to action. Matron or whatever is called to action. Whoever is overlooking
Hospital
that,
staff
that
as well.
group. Well, hospital
Sick bay
staff.
Sick bay staff.
Look,
All of
everyone
them.
is basically accountable. So
All
I
of
guess you can
them.
say
So,
teachers.
so
can come.
is the school going to run if all the sick bay staff are carried away?
Yes.
Of course not.
Yes.
There's a reason why they're sick bay staff.
No. The reason why that is because you have a fucking poor system. If you structure your system properly for a school, you'll run without being there. Period.
The sick bay staff.
My guy, yes. Who the fuck is
So-
sick bay staff?
The-
You can
the-
hire you can hire a nurse from any. You can outsource that shit out
You
to
see,
anyone.
look, what I don't like sometimes when we talk about Nigeria is this thing you're doing. You can. We do not do what can and cannot be done. They don't do risk management. That's why that
is just mad.
Hold on. There's no risk management in Nigeria.
So the point I'm
which is
breaking
why
down to you
that
is
school
that these
did not
people
have
are not critical to this case. The management is what the management are the people who are critical to this case, and not the staff.
It's not
You
the
can
teachers.
always
You're not
replace
going to hold
staff.
teachers.
Not
That's
the
the point
teachers.
I'm making
I've
to
not
you.
said they should hold
So the
teachers.
school can run.
See, all this
The
is all
management are the people who you want to hold
Who's gonna
accountable.
overlook the teachers?
Exactly.
Who's
That's
gonna
the
oversee
management
They
staff.
don't overlook fucking teachers. They overlook
What?
finances.
So children
So when
are
teachers
now
are
in the
teaching
hands
now
of people
and they slap
that
a
don't
student
oversee.
and nobody's there to
They're not
oversee
the
them,
ones that
Would you send your child
what are you
to
on about?
without any
Administrative
overlooking
staff.
the teachers? Yes or no?
Sorry?
Would you send your child to a school knowing that there's no management? That it's being run by the teachers?
Just the teachers.
Would you go to a restaurant
wait,
if you know
wait.
it's
So
run by
that's my point.
Yeah.
That the people who are accountable, management. So the teachers can keep
Management is
teaching
what runs the school,
You know what the problem
Peter.
is? You're getting frustrated.
on a day-to-day
You get
basis.
frustrated, but you're not
Management is
listening.
On a
Yes.
day-to-day.
Yes,
You are
management.
wrong. Go and find. Look, let me tell you why I'm saying this. Yeah.
Come on, bro.
Oh my God.
No, man.
Clearly not.
No,
Yo,
the thing
Peter,
You're
is,
getting frustrated, but you're not actually listening to what we're saying.
No, the bullies.
You're saying what you're saying. We agree with you. The management should be taken, should be accountable for what they've done. That's what you're saying, right?
We agree with you.
Right?
It means
Yes
that I
or
went
no?
to the
Yes
best
or no?
school in Nigeria. I went to Green Springs.
Listen.
Yeah,
Listen
go
to what
on.
I'm saying.
Go
The
on.
management should be held accountable, right? Yes. Is that
Of
what
course,
you're saying?
in this situation,
Right.
yeah, of
so
course.
accountable. Have them arrested. Boom. You're saying now school should still operate
Yes.
because children need education.
Yes.
The only people left to do that are the teachers.
Yes.
Now the teachers normally operate based on management
Yes.
because really what most of them care about is their salary. At the end
He
of the
squeezed
month.
his face. He
No.
squeezed his face. He squeezed his face.
Yes, they do, Peter. What are you
It's
talking
really
about?
nice.
Yes, but not on a day-to-day basis.
Yes, on the day.
They have their syllabus. They know.
Is that one not a private school?
Oh my
Do you
God.
know- my mum's
It's a
teacher,
private
my
school,
mum's a
Peter.
teacher. I know a
Yeah,
lot about
and
education.
yeah.
So
The way
Peter,
that- a lot of
Peter,
these teachers-
wait, Rich,
Not
Rich.
on a
national
day-to-day
level-
basis,
Rich,
right?
My
Raji?
friends
One
run.
second.
Our friends run a school.
Yeah, I know,
They-
Raji, not
Pete,
on a day-to-day basis.
Pete,
Sorry.
who do the teachers, so if a teacher doesn't show up to class on a day,
Who do you think
Who they
engages the
report to?
substitute? Who arranges the substitute?
Exactly.
Is it another teacher? Or is it that teacher?
So for
The
that
teacher
teacher
never
not,
arrange their own
for the
substitute.
teacher not to be able to appear, what does the teacher do?
They need a substitute.
Okay,
Who
good.
arranges
No, who did they
So,
report to?
so let me ask you a question.
No,
What
answer my
happens? What happens
Yes,
when
I'm answering- I'm
What happens
answering
when Mr. Tunde can't come on
Let me,
Tuesday?
let me answer
Yes.
his question
Who did
now.
they
It's the
report
same
to?
thing as you. So the management, which is like probably 7 or 8 people, yeah, they need to go answer to like issues legally, right? They go. Do they just go? Or do they find substitute people to replace them?
Substitute management.
Fucking course. What are you talking about?
How do you just pull
Have
that
you ever
in,
run a
Peter?
company
Nigeria
before?
is underrun. It's not even overrun. It's
This guy is
overrun
killing
with
me.
under.
You
When
work
they-
with a company.
So you in your
So
company.
when
Wait,
management,
Peter,
wait, hang on,
wait,
stop,
ask
stop,
me a
wait, hang on.
question.
When
This guy is
management
killing
goes
me.
for a course or when they are unavailable, what happens? Does everything shut down?
But you plan for it. You know that person is going to go.
No,
And
guys
someone
are-
of the
you guys
management
are
finds a
clever.
substitute.
Let me have some. I think I'm drunk.
You see why?
No,
I
you,
need more
you want to have
Give
more.
him-
Yes,
give
I
him
need
stock,
more.
yes.
The thing is, first of all,
Because there's a management structure.
Exactly.
Nigeria,
And one of us knows the
Nigeria doesn't have. In most institutions, yeah, we don't have systems, and that's the problem.
Well, then that's why you can't just come out and say what you're saying because you know the truth about the whole
This guy is
situation.
killing me,
They
I
didn't- this
swear.
school, this school for
What
this,
is going
hold
on?
Hold on. First of all, let me tell you that most schools don't necessarily, but I think in America by this time most schools have already prepared. Because when I was in the US, when I was in the US, there was already emergency for fire.
Yep.
There's a way to come out.
Yep.
So now there's already
System.
drills for shouting. Hold on,
Yep.
please, Peter.
Yep, I'm agreeing
There are
with you.
drills
go
and
on.
all of that.
Yep.
When did they do drill in Nigeria last? What do they know about a
My
drill?
guy,
Who knows
they
about?
used to park cars in the monster
Do
point.
they have?
We're
fire
talking about.
incidents?
Hold on.
They
Oh,
park
how to
cars
talk.
in
They
the
hardly have
monster
No,
fire
let me
incidents.
land. We're still talking about Nigeria, where it's
Yeah.
not even about the systems. Sometimes even still the personnel, because they still brought the system that could check for people that were alive during the building rubble that fell. They didn't know how to work the
Yep.
machines.
Yep.
This you can't now expect that they'll just have they don't have the
No, it wasn't
replacements. How many
tragic, it was
teachers do you even?
inevitable.
They're already talking about how bad the education system is. Who is going to be the assistant replacement dean? Who's going to be the assistant replacement?
You really
I have a
It's-
question
they-
for you. I have a
This
question
guy just
for you.
casually
With your
said,
own-
So that's
you,
what
your
I'm
business,
saying
just have
to
an
you.
assistant
With your own
replacement
personal job,
accountant.
How quickly can you
Dealing with
replace
your
yourself?
money, accountant, you just call anybody.
How
In my own
quickly- how
personal
quickly
job.
Can you replace yourself to the T without knowing you're sacrificing
Do
something?
you understand?
So I'll tell you I can't,
Oh.
and I'll tell you
Rest my
why.
case.
No,
No,
don't
you
tell
can
us
say why. There's
Don't
no
tell us
why. You
It's
can't.
okay,
And
we
that's
know
the
why.
answer.
It's,
We know
it's
why.
not the what, it's always the why. I can't.
Okay.
Why not?
I have a boss who doesn't believe in that shit.
I can't replace myself. What I do is I make a list of the things I can control without physically being there. And I try and find someone that falls outside of that.
Delegate.
Yeah,
Everything
that can
else-
do the other
everything
thing.
else I can
Exactly,
do,
yeah.
That's all I look for.
Yeah.
You think the dean
But
in
I'm
Nigeria
not-
was
but
planning
I'm
to
not in
have a
prison.
replacement dean?
If I'm now in prison,
We have no, so Raji,
Do you
Raji,
think
Raji, if you have a dean, there's always a deputy, right?
No, yes, but
No,
it's
you
part
said
of management.
management.
That,
You
but
said
it's still
dean.
management.
Let me tell you something.
Hang on.
If there's anything we know
Hang
about
on.
companies is that
Hang on,
sometimes
you
they
said
try and
dean.
run themselves by
No, wait,
themselves
hang
without
on,
a
hang
secondary.
on, you
Nigeria
said-
does not even work with succession.
My bro.
There should not be someone that can actually even take
Okay.
your place.
Okay.
As far as Nigerians are
You're right.
Okay.
Also.
Yeah,
You're
there's
right.
actually someone
Yes,
that can.
yes,
Because
okay.
then what are you
So you
talking
said,
about?
so you said dean.
Threat of
That's
takeover.
university,
Threat
right?
of a
Dean.
coup.
Yeah.
So every dean has a deputy. Yes or no?
No problem. I
So
agree.
if
It's still
if-
management.
Yeah, if matters arise, it's the dean that is getting taken away.
Peter, you said they'll carry all
Hang-
management.
Okay, I think we're very
Hang
enough
on.
because
They
now.
carry the
Hold
accountant.
on.
Hang the
Hello.
fuck
Sorry,
on.
but yeah, see, we're very
Yes.
enough because now we have given Dowen an assistant dean we do not know about.
No.
Oh, God.
I'm just saying. I'm just
That
saying.
one is a
I'm
secondary
just
school.
I'm just
They
saying.
have
I'm just saying.
principal.
I'm just saying that everyone has someone they can entrust to carry out.
That is not true.
My guy.
Everyone?
My,
No,
my
but
guy.
he's actually
My guy.
making the
My
point that
guy.
we were saying.
It is in every system. Look, even here, right?
Yes.
When
They have vice
GMD is
principals, they are
unavailable,
Just
yeah, the ED and
You have vice
takes
principals.
over.
You're right. Yes.
Do you get what I'm saying? There's
Yes.
always someone you
You are
can.
talking about a system you are aware of. And know that
It is
some people can take over
consensus
some
with almost
situations.
every other establishment.
Peter, you are right.
Every
but
other well
Peter,
structured
you also
environment.
said-
Put the system in place.
You also said they will carry the whole management and the teachers can manage themselves. That's what you said.
Teachers that they don't even used to allow
Sorry.
to know what is
You're not
happening
going
in
to-
the
you're
school.
not- you're not going to take the dean, the deputy dean, you're going to take the people who are
But
at
why will
the
you?
forefront.
But why will you not? Because you don't know
yeah?
who knows what.
And all these people can hand
That's
over to someone
investigation.
else.
That's why the school is
That's
shut
what
down
we're
for the
trying to
investigation.
Yes.
So you take the people who have stonewalled the information, the people who have made this thing happen.
Yes.
But then there's also this situation where
What Peter's not doing is giving the
Schools.
school a time frame.
schools
Close.
are
They call
under
me Pete.
schools are understaffed, normal level,
I know you're fighting.
and they are not paid enough.
I don't want
Nobody's paid enough
I don't
in
want for- I
Nigeria.
don't want for someone.
That's what we're saying. Look,
Nigeria doesn't even pay itself enough, so fair enough.
what the hell?
So you see the
what do you mean Nigeria doesn't
You
pay
know,
itself
you know your
enough?
bank manager that probably
You don't.
lose like.
How does
10
Nigeria not pay
million
itself
naira a
enough?
day.
I mean, he might be
Probably
right.
gets paid
But like,
Nigeria doesn't pay itself
You
enough.
don't.
Ah,
in one-
Because
In
any
every
money we
context,
make,
even government,
our debt expenditure over
89%
spends
of our
everything.
revenue goes to foreign
95
debt
actually.
resolution.
They say,
95.
they say China
Every-
just took
our
over.
revenue.
They say China just took over airport in Kenya.
Oh,
bet
that's
that's
a
not
pipe
true.
dream.
Oh, it's not true.
Very
Okay.
not true.
No, but they do it all over Southeast Asia, so
I
might as well
imagine
be
so.
true in Africa very soon. So what I'm saying is, 95%, yeah. First quarter of this year,
Yep.
95% of
Yep, a revenue. went,
revenue
yep.
generated. went
Debt
into
resolution
debt
and all that, yeah.
expenditure.
Yep.
So
And
Nigeria
so we're
doesn't
paying
pay.
the UK and they won't allow us enter.
Is it just the
Can you
UK? This guy.
My guy, Omicron.
That's the
man,
one.
they
That's the
can't
one.
let
I'm
you-
So we're
vexing
paying the
for.
UK, they
That's
won't
the
Look,
one I'm
let
vexing
me
for.
paint a picture, yeah. Minus all the previous debts and everything, every Nigerian owes China 200k. Every single
Naira.
phantom 200 million Nigerians, yeah. Well, we're not up to 200, we're not up to 150 million anyways.
Has China banned
I
us?
think we're up to
Huh?
150.
Has China banned
Well,
us?
they'll start taking over our assets soon.
Wow, really?
They own Abuja.
Yeah, of course.
They own Abuja Airport. Well, basically, they might as well, right?
They do.
They do.
They own Abuja.
Look,
Mo,
I saw this.
Kafo.
I saw this happen in Sierra Leone when I went there in 2012. It's fucking brutal. They, like,
They own all the mines.
they mine
All the
diamonds
diamonds, yeah.
there.
Yeah, for free.
You don't understand.
Yeah,
They gave them money
Chinese,
now. So
the
it's not free.
Chinese
Yeah.
have more
It's not
rights.
free.
yeah.
They have
They
more
give them
rights.
money.
I mean, they
than
pay for
Sierra
yeah. But I mean,
Leoneans.
like now they're doing
Oh
it
yeah,
for
but
free,
that's
yeah.
what Nigeria has
But-
put
But
itself
there are
in.
rumors
They
that
have
these
more
things
rights.
happen in this country.
No, they didn't. Yes,
What are you talking about?
In Zamfara.
what are you
Can
talking
we
about?
gold at the Zamfara
Now
for free?
it's Zamfara.
We can't be biased because Nigeria is our
Zamfara.
country.
Well, did they
I'm
have?
talking-
Well, did they have gold?
It's brutal, though.
I'm not talking just
Africa-
gold.
Oh, okay.
I'm just
Africa, the
talking
problem with
minerals.
Africa,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
The same thing that happens on an individual basis happens on a government basis. On an individual basis, let's say I personally know I'm different and I feel
I'm
you guys
different.
are different, right?
I'm different.
However, let's just say we're typical to Nigerian culture. 5 of us are here, yeah? Rachel has a contract she wants to give us.
Ah,
yeah?
Richard, how far now?
Now,
Now listen, stay on
Wrong
point.
guys.
man.
now, the contract, let's say, you can make 10 billion naira, right?
Amen. No.
The average Nigerian, average African, average black person, right? Unfortunately.
Average
it's not
person?
Here, it's not here, no. Unfortunately, it's more us than other people.
Well, because we're marginalized.
I
Yeah,
don't know why
10
we're like
billion.
There's a
that.
marginalized
I believe
concept.
There's a reason for it, but I don't want to deviate for now. So
Slavery.
I don't
No,
think
it's not.
we shouldn't be looking at. We should be looking at it as 10 billion naira, 2 billion each. How do we get together, link, pattern this thing? Average person's thinking, how can I fuck these other guys off?
Yeah, and take the whole
Or
time. Yeah.
If I gotta give them something,
What the
take
least
eight,
I
let
can
me
give
take
them,
8
yeah.
and give them 2 to share amongst themselves. If they can convince Rachel to
Work
they'll
with
try and
them
convince
solely.
Rachel to present that it's only 3 billion. And do you get what I mean? There's always I'm trying to get over on people, and then what happens there is the short term. Let me take as much as I can now. Now let's take that to government level. Government level, I'm the person in charge of the mines. I have this meeting with China. I have 150 million, 200 million people that I'm representing. They are stakeholders in what this conversation I'm having. However, this man says to me, first things first, before we move, I'm gonna give you $20 million just to go buy a drink. Yeah, that's you. Already, I'm like, okay, I'm loose. This 200
Loose
million,
of that-
this 200
I'm
million
loose
people
of
are
that
now, this
juice.
200 million people are now 100 million in my head. I've killed half the country. I don't care again. He now says, all right, boom. I'm gonna provide this and this for you guys, and on top of that, you're gonna give this to your boss, and I'm gonna give you kickbacks over this period. Yeah. However, now bear in mind, I've gone into this meeting with maybe 10 million naira. I'm leaving with nearly $50 million by the time we finish everything. Yeah? I'm looking at these numbers from a selfish point of view. I'm signing. I'm not bothering reading. I'm not bothering. Have you ever needed like 5K? And then someone's like, I'll give you 5K, but you gotta give me back 10K. And you're like, fine. You know, it's that kind of situation. You're not thinking, you just need this 5K now.
You're not processing the.
So it's that kind of desperate, whoa, shit, the country's gonna be handed to you guys for 40 years, but I'm 60. I probably got 20 more years left if I'm lucky. Fuck Nigeria. Sign. The country now. Look at our sovereign wealth. Most of it has been signed over to China. Look at most African countries. Same thing. They're taking advantage of our desperation. And then what happened?
Not even the desperation, the stupidity.
It's stupidity, but stupidity based on
Based on
desperation.
what? Yeah.
Because you have
Not
to
even
understand
greed.
something.
Based off
If
greed.
somebody, do you know who pays high interest loans?
Poor people.
Why?
They're desperate.
Yeah.
They buy the most expensive product on the market because they don't have anything. A rich person would look at the interest rate and be like, fuck off, are you trying to fuck me to fight you? A poor person will be like, they can show a rich person a certain interest rate and they'll be like, what, are you mad?
The answer is
Show a poor
ignorance.
person, all they see is you have been approved for the loan of boom, boom, boom. All the other shit doesn't matter. They start calculating, I'm going to pay this.
Because a lot of people don't actually calculate the payback.
They don't.
Instant gratification is a killer.
Yes, and
that moment to live within instead of the future. Like you're like.
But where I said the thing about black people, there have been a few people in our lifetime, not in our lifetime, but in our recent history that you've seen try to come with a different angle. Gaddafi, Patrice Lumumba, Haile Selassie.
All killed.
There are a few people, all one way or another, just wiped out.
Thank
Fucking
you.
Discharge.
Thank you
Then
for
the
that
saddest
commentary.
saddest part, by who?
Us.
They may be sponsored
By the
someone.
CIA.
But no. Here's what happens. This is the sad part. Remember that mindset I was telling you about, that 10 billion being split? The CIA will come to you and say, we'll give you 10 billion.
Yeah,
Kill
of
these
course
four,
now,
kill
of
these
course.
four
It's
people.
greed.
Of course.
Kill these 4 people.
It's greed.
It's greed, yeah.
And you do it rather than to snitch on them and be like, yo, here's what. So those whistleblowers have always been killed. Those ones that want
The ones that
extra steps
take
to
the
fix
next
something,
forward.
they're killed.
Yeah.
And it's easy to kill them because there are millions of Malcolm X killed by black people. You can name them. Let's just keep going. Let's get silly about it. Pop Smoke killed by black people. You know, recently Young Dolph. We like killing each other. We're easily manipulated. We're easily taught to hate each other. We're easily taught to not look at the greater good of the black man.
It's just greed, man.
We
Like
have-
you
we
said,
have been
it's
the
just the
greatest
person
victims.
thinking about
Sometimes
my
I
benefit now than the greater benefit.
That's it.
That's just what it is.
That's
it's
it.
just greed.
It's a sad thing. And you know, other races are not like a Chinese man would kill every other race to protect the Chinese man, or to do.
Of course.
A Chinese man would take less profit to deal with another Chinese man.
Yeah, but
We have that at the
everybody has
level in
their
Nigeria. But it's
peculiarities.
generally between Okada and Okada, Keke and Keke, taxi.
Okada guys-
Because they fight for themselves. You hit one Okada guy.
wait,
10,000.
hold on.
That's the greatest
Nigeria
union.
has.
I tell you, that's how strong they are.
They are
Like you
the
hit one,
Teamsters
they
of Nigeria.
all of a sudden weapons come
Listen,
out. It's
listen.
like
They are
a
the Teamsters of
characters in
Nigeria.
I think
Grand
every
Theft Auto.
race has their peculiarities. Because when you talk about shooting in America, it's mostly white people that are killed by white people. If you do the numbers.
I mean, black kids are
statistically.
not generally carrying.
If
Depending
you talk
on-
about
de-
China,
depending where
if
the
you talk
shit
about
is
China,
occurring.
China's
You know,
peculiarities.
minorities only account for like 14%.
Yeah, I know. If you talk about China, China's peculiarities is they kill billionaires. Between 2020 and 2009, 70 billionaires have died mysteriously.
And they own their assets now.
Mysteriously.
I mean, you wouldn't know that.
If you kill a Nigerian billionaire, everybody will know who killed him and why.
But why is that?
Because we worship money.
Because don't say because we worship, because we are greedy. Just say
Yeah,
because we
same
are
thing.
Worshiping money,
The Chinese
yeah,
government
greedy.
doesn't
I don't know
like-
if it's the
The
same
Chinese
thing.
government doesn't like
I don't
competition.
know.
The Chinese government doesn't like power structure.
Doesn't like
So let
competition.
me ask you guys a question. Do you agree or disagree that as a black race we have been conditioned to hate each other and to bring each other down. And even though there are anomalies that
I-
don't think like that,
I
overall there's
feel
a
like
race.
The system, I would put it like this: the system wasn't put in place, or we didn't even try to give the system put in place time to grow within us.
But this has become the system.
So I've got a dark argument now. I go as far as to say, I don't know what it is, whether it was from God's conception of earth. We've had this problem forever. Like we talk about racism, right? We talk about slavery, right?
Uh-huh.
And the part that's breaking my heart is I'm the lightest person here, so it looks like I might not be black. I'm Negro, yeah? So don't be offended if anyone hears what I'm saying here. But
Oh, you've got accent as well.
what's his name?
Adam?
Mansa Musa,
Okay.
yeah? The Malian.
The richest person ever.
Do you know how
Yeah.
many slaves he traveled with? Black slaves.
2000?
So it
2,000
wasn't
slaves.
black slave.
Damn,
Because
I
it was
really
black.
really like
Yeah,
that guy.
because he was black as well. So it wasn't just blacks, it
It
was
was
just
slaves.
So the
slaves.
point I'm making is fine. Slaves, yeah?
Yeah,
And this
but-
was in, wait,
but
and this
if
was
we-
in the early 1400s.
Just
Yeah.
listen to what he's about to say, because
This
he's
is in
about
the
to hit
early
you with the sense.
1400s.
I know
Yeah.
what he's saying.
Slavery did not go to the Europeans and the Americans for nearly 400, nearly 1,000 years after this.
Yeah.
What am I saying? Like nearly 2,000 years after this.
Mhm.
But we like to say, oh, because this is what slavery did to us and they divided and conquered. Do you know the amount of Nigeria? Why do you think Nigeria has so many languages?
Let me break it down.
No, but-
Nigeria has so many languages because there's so many villages where we were attacking each other in the north.
Let me break
the
it
history of
down,
the north
Richard.
with the wars and the what they call them in Sokoto,
Caliphates.
the caliphates. I know that they were just wiping out whoever you join us.
Yeah.
Roll,
course.
was it roll with us or get rolled over type
So
thing.
that's what I'm
Those
saying.
are militant.
Lots,
So-
lots of the
We've
people
been
in
killing each
the
other.
south, southeast,
So-
south became really rich because they were what? Slave traders.
Yes.
Yeah.
They were
So-
trading their
so-
people
But
with
what,
the white
what's
people.
the narrative
So-
about slavery?
So
I don't know.
slavery started.
Here or in America?
In the
slavery
world.
started
world.
here in Africa.
I agree.
It did.
But what's the
I
narrative
don't
about?
think so.
And do you know where
I'm
they
did.
telling you
It's
so.
Mansa Musa
Yes.
had slaves.
Yeah,
It
but
started here.
I think
Beyond
You have to realize.
that.
No. You see, what you're not realizing
Do
is
you know
that.
who the most brutal slave owners are?
black people.
Yes.
Do you realize that
White people.
he did not empower his people with
Didn't
the
even
wealth that he
fuck with
discovered? What he did was he enslaved
That
people.
was it.
They took people. He did not grow in an empire for the culture. Like when you're talking about
Had
like
them mining.
when you talk about Christopher Columbus or whatever you want to say about that guy, he brought people. They created civilization and they kept building
That's the
until
reality.
it moved into America.
Bro,
Look
let
at
me-
that.
Let me even mess with
This
you.
guy, he carried slaves and took them to Egypt or whatever. What did he take them to?
Arabs thought black women were beautiful and had voluptuous bodies, right? And they're sick fucks. So they took female slaves for
Sexual.
sexual adherence, and then
To mix them.
they actually left some of the men, or they would get into wars and kill them. They didn't keep them. Yeah. The Europeans and the Americans took slaves and used them to build up their economies, to build their countries. Blacks, we took slaves to keep them and just keep them and let them rot.
To not
No.
teach,
Now,
to not learn, to not know how to
let me show
overtake
you
you.
today's slavery. Yeah, we're living great lives. If any of us here are arrested, we're gonna stand in front of a judge at some point, right? I've been to Kirikiri prison with one of my friends for he has an NGO. Let's follow them one day. We got talking to some people. There were at least, I'll just give you one person. There was one person that's there for something like 5,000 naira. We freed the guy. Guess how long he's been there?
Maybe 3 years.
No, 7 years. He owed somebody 5K. He doesn't know anybody else that has 5K.
And then it gets lost in the
He
system.
lives in Nigeria. That's what I say is Nigeria. Right now, yeah, I can call Raji's colleague that I've never met before and be like, I'm a friend of Raji. You don't know me from Adam. Please, I need 5K. That just shows the privilege. I'm calling someone I don't know. Just by saying I know him, the person's gonna be like, it's only 5K. Give me. Yeah, your average Nigerian.
Don't put me out there.
No, I won't. But you get me. What I'm saying. The
I know
average
Raji.
Nigerian.
I know Raji.
The average
$5
Nigerian that
million.
earns 20K in the north. Like here, we
Nigerian
pay certain people 30, 40, 50K a month, right? You know those people, some of them, they'll send money back to their
This
village
argument.
from that money we're giving them. In the north, some people earn 10K a month salary. So if your entire family is from one particular village and everyone's earning
to
that,
shut the school
you're in
down
trouble for 20K.
and not the
Unless
board of
someone's willing to
directors.
literally
Those are the ones
sacrifice
that
2
you need
months
to
of their
take away.
living for
School
you.
run fine.
And Nigeria is
Not
so
even the
wicked that the
principal,
person that you
it's
owe
the
that
staff.
5K to will be happy to leave you there for
For
7
7
years.
years.
That's you see, look, it's
That's
not
the
even
problem.
it's not
Everyone
even
can
that.
be
It's
promoted
the,
to
they won't they feel like they're
the
teaching you something
That's
that's
why I think the
suffering.
Slavery.
For them to
attitude is
deny
still there. We
hundreds
still
of
have this
students
mindset
the privilege of
This
getting
person looks
education.
like me and sounds like me, and whereas other people are not like that. Other
We're
races
not
are not
ready.
so much like
You know what we even do
We don't even know
sometimes?
what it means to be a
It's
nation.
actually it's hypocritical. If you're in LA, a valet guy tells you can't park here, nigga, you ain't parking now. Do it in Nigeria. Oh, you have
Are
power
you
now
crazy?
because
Because
they've
they've
given you the
park
power
against
to
you.
park the. But this
Yeah.
is someone that's just telling you the same thing,
Yeah.
which is just to show you that standard of living and just perception alone makes you feel like you're greater than that person.
Yeah.
Why also maybe because you know they're going to ask you for money. But if they were just actually telling you that you can't park there and they were in a security uniform, you challenge them based on who you are.
so
It's
funny
a
that we
wild-
actually circle back to the
I
bullying
think
thing.
It's that's what
It's
that's
a
what I'm trying to tell you
culture.
that the
It's
bullying
circle
thing
back.
is
No,
the
what-
bullying thing is at the top.
Yes.
It's right
What
from that
causes
thing,
it,
and
yeah.
is ingratiated in our
But
culture.
That's-
from-
that's
while
about-
that,
you're
that is might be true for a lot of people, I
That
think
might be true. It is true.
it might be.
Somebody
I
said
think
they
a lot
should
of
change
time-
the
a lot-
coat of arms to "I better pass my neighbor" generator.
So
That
so-
statement,
no,
"I better pass my neighbor."
but you see that's
culture.
that's part of it.
But
because
when
you
everyone
have-
is
you have people
reaching for
who-
crumbs, they kind of are looking at whose hand can reach further.
Yeah.
You have,
Crabs in the
you have
barrel.
people who have been given this, as we say, little power. So sometimes it's not even just that the person, if you feel like that person is doing this thing across board, most times you will respect it. But when you see, as you say, a valet or someone in the
nice in a
parking lot
Ferrari,
say,
but they're not nice in
don't
the
park
Golf."
here, and there you go.
Yeah.
He said, don't park here because he's judging your car or your demeanor or how you look. But the next person he sees that he knows he's maybe going to drop more money or has a flashier car, he said, oh yeah, Oga, come, you can. That's why people have that reaction.
That's that money worshiping.
Yeah, that's why people have that reaction because it's like, there's a space there, that's an okay space. Why wouldn't you allow me park there?
Rolls Royce only.
There you go. So people would challenge that. Some people is that, oh yeah, below me, why would you tell me to
Funny
park?
thing is, America
But-
has a bit of that culture. Actually.
Of
They
course.
do. No, it's
Of
class.
course,
It's
but-
class persona.
Yes, but it's not.
yeah.
It's not as in your face as here.
No. It's worse because we're poor. We're the poverty
Yes,
capital of
also,
the world,
There's also that. yes.
and then we're very classist.
Why are we so arrogant?
Because you'd have to be arrogant when
Why
you
are
are.
people like,
Because when
I'm
you're.
Nigerian,
No. But they
Like,
say,
based on
loud,
what?
boy, see now, loudest in the
There's a
room.
penchant
Based on
need to
what?
be
Loudest in the
special.
room. That's the
That's
loudest
it.
in the room concept because generally now, if you go to a party or something, there's usually you always hear that there's one Nigerian day that's going off.
Yeah.
Loudest in the room. You might your country's the poorest, so
Yeah.
and you probably but it's just you
but
have
that's
to
the
show
show
up.
off. It's like my country is poor, but look at me. Yeah.
And not because it's actually now.
Not me, though.
But
Yeah,
it's-
exactly,
but it's
yeah.
not. But you can also understand why that is because if your country is poor and you get to be able to conquer the world a bit, enjoy enjoy the spoils of the world
more.
from
You can deal with
that
the
bottom.
humility now. You can
Because
conquer
come on,
humility.
like Drake
I
said,
get
started
it.
from the bottom.
I get it, I
So
get
if the bottom is your country is the bottom of in poverty, and then you are one of these guys balling out here. There's some swag to that.
Not
You're
all
gonna have some
Nigerians.
energy.
You'll feel some
You
type
feel
of
some
way,
type of. It's
Not
like
all
coming out of.
Nigerians.
Huh?
Not all Nigerians.
Yeah.
Me, I'm uncomfortable driving a Rolls Royce down a bumpy road.
I'm
saying that metaphorically.
as
I don't
you
know if
should
get
be.
what I'm saying.
As you should be.
I like.
But
wealth,
Nigerians are not.
But I'm not comfortable being like the richest person in the room, richest person in the building. I'm not comfortable like being the. I'm speaking metaphorically.
center show,
I don't
center of
wanna
attention?
Be like, I don't want to be like, all right, I've got money. My environment is comfortable, but 98% of things around me are fucked up.
Yes.
And I'm here shining in a toilet.
Get in the
You know
but
what I mean? I don't want to be a diamond in a toilet.
but that's what this country likes.
That's-
And that's
that's the
someone was
problem.
talking about it, how people keep collecting titles, all these different things that just boost them because that's the recognition for them.
Architect general.
You know,
Professor.
you get guys,
Bill Gates
engineer.
Bill Gates
You can't call
has
someone who's done
upon
engineering course by the name of-
upon
let's
everything,
call him
yeah.
Engineer
Upon
Davis.
everything, let's just put it like upon everything. Bill Gates has been Bill Gates since Bill Gates was Bill Gates.
Yeah.
Elon
He's
Musk.
Bill Gates before.
Elon Musk has done crazy,
He's still
crazy
Elon
earnings.
Musk.
He's
I'm
still
not even
Elon
sure I've
Musk.
heard
It's
Mr.
not-
Bill Gates
he's
or
not
Mr.
anything.
Elon Musk.
Benson is sir.
You address someone if you don't
That's
put down the
because-
title that they used to.
Yeah,
If you don't use the title that they represent themselves around, or if you've been given chief or one title like that, and you don't praise them in that manner. But I guess it's tradition and culture. But at the same time, it belittles
I think the
humanity
funniest
that can be pushed forward for the country as a whole.
The funniest
You
one is
don't-
JP.
Okay.
Huh?
You'll write your name, Captain Awesome JP. Do you know what JP is?
No.
Jerusalem Pilgrim.
Oh, I love it.
That's I've been
I
to
fucking
Jerusalem.
love it. If you've ever been to,
And you put
if
it
you've ever been to Jerusalem on pilgrimage,
And you put
it seems that they put it in your
Say
name.
allergy because they've traveled.
to Mecca. Yeah, same thing. Same
Exactly. Yeah,
difference.
exactly. So
Same,
like, put JP.
that thing
Please,
trips
please,
me.
by all means, do it. Do it.
We didn't even.
I just think what we need to do, step away from as black people is
Damn, we done gone, boy.
is money as identity cards.
Wait, what?
Your money shouldn't be your ID.
Okay.
Money should. We need to go back to a time where money is a resource.
But Nigeria's never had
It's a
that.
means to an end.
Nigeria never got to. I don't. But
What
that's
would
what I'm saying.
people
Nigeria
know-
never got to experience that.
Money
And
with
so
no
you,
identity.
yeah, you can't now expect them to know how to
It's
go
true.
about it because you need someone to show you the better. Look at other countries in the world. Maybe Hitler showed how to be brutal. Mussolini showed, Stalin, they showed different things. You can say JFK showed how to be compassionate or being thoughtful
JFK?
toward.
You know Boris Johnson rides a bicycle to work.
These are the kind of things I'm talking about. Like
So the whole
it
point
brings
is
you
that
back
can throw
down
an egg
to
at him if you time your route.
if you exactly yeah.
You'll be picked
Yeah.
up though,
You'll be
but
picked up, but you can't.
you can, yeah.
Like Lincoln trying to stop slavery or just
yeah.
you're trying to stop the
difference.
a difference.
Yeah.
Okay,
Change the curve.
I think I get what you're trying to say. All these people have legacies.
Yes, Nigeria has not seen leaders.
When
don't
you
kill
ask
me, I'm
Nigeria has not
average
seen leaders.
Nigerian what his legacy is just to be better than his neighbor.
Too sad.
What's the Nigerian dream?
Even when you
That's
look,
not-
even
that's
when you
not-
look at the coups, right?
I would tell you like
What's the
Look at
Nigerian
coups.
dream?
To blow.
To live the American dream.
Exactly.
What's the Nigerian dream, to be honest?
That's
Because
to live the American dream.
when you ask the question, actually, it's generation by generation. There's generation that
Nigerian
was
dream
to
is to jackpot.
Exactly, you see. This generation's Nigerian dream is to
So,
jackpot.
guy,
Nigeria's dream is to jackpot and evade Sapa.
What's Japan?
Just to leave.
to run.
Yeah.
To jackpot and evade Sapa.
You know, I have a really sad thing about Nigeria. I feel like
So we have
people
already
that can
discussed
leave Nigeria,
Jackpot from Sapa.
people that can leave Nigeria today, tonight, care more about Nigeria than people that can never ever leave.
Yeah, that's because they can afford to leave and care. People who can't
No, I want
leave.
to
It's an important- it's an important
People who
privilege,
can't
though.
leave can't afford to care because they're just trying to survive. That's all they're trying to do. Because when you look at the numbers, the people who are leaving are people who can actually
Like, guys, you can
afford
afford tickets.
to
Are you
insulate
joking? I'm visa.
themselves.
So technically, you know, like technically, right? It's like we live in a war zone, but we live in one penthouse.
Oh yeah. The whole point of being an elite in Nigeria is to insulate yourself.
Isolate yourself, yeah.
I'm out of here.
Insulate yourself. Like you
Can't
said,
insulate
Rolls
yourself,
Royce.
then you're
Like you
not-
said,
you're not
Rolls Royce
elite.
on a bumpy road. That is what it
And
is.
that, I didn't make that up. So I saw something one time.
Of course
it
you
was the,
didn't.
It was the day I came to
The
Nigeria.
road doesn't even fine because it's kind of elevated. People are driving
Well, I wasn't the
Ferraris.
first time. It was one time when I was coming back into Nigeria and I was coming from the airport. I was in Lagos. I was driving through Ikeja.
Sugar looking.
Then I saw a Rolls Royce. And then I saw one of those guys, like the guys with no legs on a skateboard. And he's sliding by. Okay. And he's sliding by. And he's like,
It's alright.
he's reaching his hand up to the Rolls Royce to collect money. So he's tapping on the window.
Amazing.
I just saw that. I'm like, and then the Rolls Royce was driving through Ikeja, like through the
It's probably
busy.
Yeah, yeah,
So I was just looking at it like, that's like heaven and hell in one picture.
yeah. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
One-
It's sad. It's like
The bottom, and top of the top. Yeah.
it's like an angel flying through.
But do you know how much the person in that Rolls Royce loves that?
That's what I mean. I'm not.
He may
comfortable
not. That may just be his condition.
No, you can't.
He could have used another car.
That's a lie.
Because he could have used another car.
Of course,
right. Yeah,
you would not do that if
Maybe,
if,
you're
if
right.
it did something to you and you felt some type of way.
with getting another car.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like okay, drive it in the
One
motherfucking
One of my
night.
uncles, right? He has loads of money, right?
She's trying to come.
He owns. Here, the best car he drives is G-Wagon. In England, he has a Rolls Royce, but he lives here.
There are like
He
3 or
doesn't
4
live in
people
Rolls
like
Royce,
that.
yeah.
That same reason.
He said I told him this story and it fucked with his head.
Yeah, the G-Wagon, at least you know you're going to go over some bumps. It's still a nice car. You're going to still get your quality, and it's a Benz. It's fine. You bring a Rolls Royce to Nigeria, you're expressing affluence in the worst
It's like
environment.
talking about your child in front of a barren person. You get what I'm saying?
Look, when it comes to
Exactly.
Gabriel,
How
beyond
beautiful that is.
Yeah.
It's you're throwing it in the face.
So
But yes.
I put up a poll
I tell
this
people
week.
how
Yeah,
things are.
Peter
They
and
don't believe
Biscom,
me.
you guys are already having love
Sorry,
conversations. And the question was, it wasn't my question, I just saw it somewhere. I put up a poll. Do lovers need to talk every day?
Fuck no.
Wow, Peter, that's very
That
strong.
was very quick.
Yes and no.
Very.
Hell
can't
to
be
the
yes
They don't
and
need
fuck.
to talk, but they need to communicate.
Hell to the fuck no.
Shall I tell you why?
Wait.
Life is not
Rich,
promised.
before you go into that, can everyone just answer first? So you?
Yes.
Yeah. Peter, we have your answer, thank you.
Mine's, they don't need
No,
to talk,
look,
they
listen.
need to communicate.
Same
A
thing.
text message is okay.
Oh, okay. Okay, communicate but not necessarily talk, yeah? Raj?
You already know my answer.
Yeah, so his answer is yes.
What's your answer? Yes.
Yes.
No,
Yes.
it's like a straightforward.
Ah.
My answer is yes too. So you were explaining.
So for me, like the way the world is,
Mm.
if you can leave someone for 2 days,
Mm-hmm.
even a dead body, so let's say
Yeah.
it's that kind of world we live in.
Yeah.
Love to me is defined as presence and absence.
Okay.
Yeah,
Presence in absence.
in absence. The people I love and people that I think about without needing anything. And when I say needing anything, it's not that I need. It might be
Yeah.
I need a phone number, or I'm going out. What you saying? You coming out? Or it might be I'm going to gym. Were you ready for gym time? But sometimes when you grow to love people, you find that you might not reach out, but you think about them. They'll cross your mind for no reason.
Mm.
And that, for me personally, that only applies to people I love.
Mm.
Now, if I'm now in a relationship with someone, I don't think there's any benefit in pride in love. Love shouldn't be prideful.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
So if you exclude pride from love,
Yeah.
and you say that you genuinely love someone and the person is your lover and you're in a relationship with the person,
Mm-hmm.
then at the end of the day, you're going to want to communicate with the person
Mm-mm.
that you love them, or that are they okay,
Mm.
and you are owed the person to do the same for you. If you're in a relationship where you're the only one that's expressing love,
Yeah.
that chick has got another
That's
boyfriend.
different story. But yeah.
That's a different story.
Yep.
What do you mean?
Sorry, what'd you say?
So I said that's different story.
That
That
chick
you
has
have
another
to
boyfriend.
So why do you think?
constantly communicate to them that you love them and stuff. I think that's somewhat different.
Not constantly, I didn't say that.
What is it? Is it
Yeah, well,
communicate?
every day is constant as fuck.
Communicate. We didn't say communicate that you love them. Just communicate every day. Interact. Yeah.
Why?
You don't think you need to? What
Check
do you
on
mean,
them.
why?
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 Nigga, yo.
Because days are not promised.
Why?
You're because
So
you're
you
acting
just
like
say
life
because
is
could be
promised.
dead.
So let's say
Life is not
you
promised.
so you die now, yeah, and then no, God
That's
forbid.
extreme,
Hold
that's
on,
far.
chill. That's not extremely
no,
far.
okay.
This is
That's
the
how life
concept.
is.
This is the concept.
Every day is a
Okay.
gift.
All
Every
right.
day is a gift.
Okay.
So you let's just make a scenario. You die today, God forbid.
forbid.
Let's say someone dies.
Your lover doesn't know for 4 days.
And then you get to be a ghost, and for 2 days the person has not messaged you.
And you're just watching.
Yo!
I died.
Yeah,
for
you
it.
actually-
You
you
just
haven't
be sitting
seen
in a
text
house
mess-
like this.
You haven't seen text messages where they're doing other things. They're
Can
doing
I
other
paint-
things. They're
Can I
taking
paint-
snaps.
Can I?
She goes to play.
Can I respond?
Oh,
Can
she
I-
even put, she might even send you a message on it. Oh, going to the club with the guy. With my guys.
LOML.
What you're experiencing is not love. It's fucking fear.
What?
You're afraid that you will die 2 days. This person doesn't. So you need to communicate every 5 seconds.
need to.
Oh, you
No,
need to
you
communicate
don't- you
every.
need to every 5
It's a want.
seconds.
That.
It's a want. It's not a need. Pete,
you have a very devil's advocate view to everything, and that's fine.
Look at this,
That's allowed.
fuck that.
But listen to this. Pete, listen to this. I'll give you a real life example. Yeah? So, I have a cousin through marriage. We had like this family beef, but I love the chick, like not like intimately.
Yeah.
She's just a dope person, yeah? And on like 7 or 8 occasions, I was saying to my wife, I know you guys are beefing and all this thing, but I want to reach out to her. I want to say hello to her. I want to check on her. Do you know what I mean? She's my little baby. Long story short, she got COVID and died. Since that time, I'm just full of regrets that why was I waiting because they're beefing?
Yeah.
Now, I'm not. This person is not my
Exactly.
lover. Yeah, I say that to say one mistakes humans make is we plan and live like we're guaranteed 20, 30, 40 years.
Can I say something?
If we live every
stop
day,
you.
sorry, let me learn. I learned something from that experience. Yeah, and since then I've been living in accordance to this principle. Every day, anyone that I love, I've started going out of my way to tell people, if I meet someone and I'm impressed by their personality, I'll say, I think you're a great person. If I love someone, I can't have a conversation with them and not say, I love you.
Sorry, when you met this com yesterday, did you tell him that?
No, we didn't interact that much.
So
yet.
no.
We didn't interact that much.
So no. Continue your story.
I see what you did there.
But I'm saying that to say,
Okay.
the reason I do that is, God willing,
Yeah.
I can express 20 more years, 30 more years of this. However, because it's not guaranteed,
Want to make the most of it.
I don't ever want to be at
that
somebody's
situation
funeral
again.
saying, I wish.
I wish
Okay,
I had.
I don't want someone at my funeral saying, I wish.
Now more than
Good.
ever too.
Good.
The
So-
way
so-
things are
so-
happening,
the world is.
the way the world is right now,
so-
you better get your chest out.
So this is me. Like you defined love earlier on the show.
Presence and absence.
Good. And so I kind of because it was different for me. I didn't fine. I define love somewhat different.
Which is
love
fine.
Love is choice.
What the fuck?
Yes.
To be present in absence.
Love is choice. You constantly need to choose.
To be present in absence.
Yes. Well, that and a bit more.
What do you mean?
So
Like you choose to be present.
So there are times when you're not going to love the person you're with, right?
No,
You-
the times
you-
when you're not
hang
going to be
on,
in
hang-
love
hang
with the
on.
person you're with.
No.
I love someone.
In love, hang on.
I punch someone in the face.
In
that I
love, in
Not
love
a
is
female, by the way.
somewhat different. That's different. To love someone is to choose that person despite all the inconveniences, there's fuckery happening, there's been failures, there's this and that. You choose that, look, no matter what, like this is my person. I choose you. That's love. There are times when you might be in a relationship with someone, right? And there are times when you're not going to choose that person every single day. There are times when you're going to hate that person,
Yeah.
right?
But guess what?
There are times when you're going to want that person, you're going to choose that person. It doesn't happen every day, but love is fucking choice.
Constant.
So every single day, you're going to have to renew that contract of choice. I choose you.
Or Peter
There are
is
days-
not in the mood to do
There
that.
are days when you don't choose that person,
I have a point to make though.
right?
That means you don't love those people.
Well, I do. I love people.
No, that means what
But it's not every day I will
I'm
choose
trying to
that
say
person.
No, but what?
Because of the things that are happening with me.
And I agree with.
and
I'm
around
not
me.
saying you're wrong. What I'm saying is you do love, but what you have chosen to do is you love yourself first.
No,
You love yourself primarily.
No.
Let me explain why I say that.
no.
Because the love is based around your mood. Love is not based around your mood.
My guy.
Real love is not based around your mood. You might
Hold
be in a
on,
bad
hold on,
mood.
Peter, hold.
Yes,
You might
but
be in a bad mood, but I love this person. I don't want to talk to you right now. I really don't. Right now, in fact, I think you need a shower. Don't, like, just leave me alone.
yes, but you see, this
However,
this is what you need to realize.
if you leave me today and say I'll never see you again, I'll even lick your body with your unshowered ass. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
You get
But-
what I'm saying? It's
but
like,
but Richard,
I love you so much.
Richie,
I don't need it to work necessarily.
No,
with,
I
but Richie, this is what you need to
so
realize.
it's the difference between
is that,
in love
is
and
that
love.
It's not what you
most
need to
times-
realize. What is your
most
opinion? What do you
times,
think?
most times, yeah, there are no facts. What we have are perceptions, right? It's not fact. It's perception.
What do you mean? Like if the person loves us,
It's your perception.
that the person loves.
It's
Well, that's if the
it's your
person
idea.
sa-
It's
if
your
the per-
idea.
well, yeah,
it's
that's
your
if the-
conceptualization of what the situation is.
Yeah.
It's you.
Yeah.
It's your interpretation. It's all of that wrapped
It's
around.
what the person does that makes you
So
feel
it's-
like you're loved. And it
Exactly,
hits that
so
point.
it's you.
But still
It's
your
not fact.
interpretation, yeah?
It's
So
not
me,
fact.
I hate
It's your perception,
I hate
really.
assumption, right?
That's
There's something that I operate with. I'm like, I can't. I'm a bit arrogant, so I have this thing of I can't give someone love and you don't give me back love. I can do it.
So, Rich,
I can do
Choice.
it, but I can't keep
Rich,
doing
I
it.
choose you, you don't
Rich,
choose
have a-
me.
Rich, have a
The way I
question for
choose you.
You
So
think,
therefore,
you think love is subjective to the giver or to the receiver?
it's choice.
So it depends
I
on the
choose you, you
person.
don't choose me.
So there
No,
are people,
whoever.
there are
I
people-
choose you, you don't choose
No,
me.
whoever. So do you
I'll
think,
explain
you
why I
think
said
the
it.
Love
existence
is
of the love
fucking
is based on the
choice.
person receiving it or the person based on the person giving it?
All right, let me explain why I say I'm answering the way I'm. Me personally,
Yeah.
I'm different, but there are people who can love somebody
Yeah.
and the person
Wouldn't feel loved.
there's some guys who
'Cause love
he
is
loves the way
choice.
his wife looks
Yeah.
And loves having sex with her, and she loves his money.
Yep.
And
Choice.
they're both okay with that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No.
I'm not okay with that. I need you to love
Choice.
me. So I might take you to McDonald's on a date just to
So
see that
for
it's
you,
not about the bread.
It's about
Choice.
how you receive it.
Yes,
So
for
that's-
me.
Choice.
But for me,
But does that mean that the
I
person?
can't give someone love because they love me. I have
Choice.
to love them.
Choice.
There has to be an exchange.
Choice.
So you're loving.
So
them.
I'm a fan of love, but I'm a fan of like real love in terms
So,
of
Choice.
So when you're giving love, do you think that love exists because you are giving it, or because the person is receiving it as love?
Choice.
I feel it's a mutual, it's a two-way street. I tell you
No,
why I
no,
say
it,
that.
it's best
I'll tell you why I
if
say that. I've been
it's
in
best if
relationships-
it's a
I've been
two-way
in
street.
relationships
It's
where
better
I
if-
agree.
yes.
I've been in relationships where the girl likes me more than I like her,
No.
It happens
And-
all the time.
and someone
Every
loves
time.
me and I don't love her.
Yeah.
It doesn't work.
No, that's not.
And then I've been
Happens
in
all the time.
relationships where we love each other
Not the same.
and
Close.
it's completely different.
So that's
I've
what I'm
never
saying.
really been in a
The
relationship where I like someone
No,
more than they
that's
like me. But
not what I'm asking. So that when you say we love each other, that existence of love, do you determine that it's existing because of how you're receiving it, or because of how you're giving it?
love is an interaction.
Yeah, it's more about how
Choice.
it's,
Interaction.
something
It's
is
a
being
two-way.
met. Something is being met on both sides.
It's an energy
So then
exchange.
you're like, okay, you feel good. I can give you back the good I feel.
Yes.
Choice.
So
And once again, so
Choice.
this is where he's right.
And you decide to choose
This
to
is where
give that
he's right.
person that
He's right.
choice.
He's right in
Yeah,
that-
well, except
he's
you're a
right in that
savage,
I
for fuck's
choose
sake.
to love
Exactly.
someone.
Yes.
Choice.
However, I've also been in a situation where I've loved someone without choosing to one. I didn't like the person; she was a hoe. I was like 17. She was
Not the
Choice.
guardian animal.
bad.
Choice.
She was a bad mama.
Choice.
However, she liked me,
Mm-hmm.
but she was really interested in how she looked, and not that's fine. But more in a she liked giving off sexual energy.
Mm-hmm. Which is good
Because she was
energy.
a hoe.
So, and it wasn't that she was a hoe.
It's good energy.
Yeah, I shouldn't even call her a hoe. I
You
think
just
that
saw.
might-
You didn't see the
I think
chemistry.
that-
You
Well,
just
it's
saw
good
something
energy.
that at least you.
No.
It's choice.
I even I liked her as a person.
You just
but I
didn't
found
choose
I
her.
found her to be promiscuous. She might
Choice.
not have been. I
Choice.
felt that she was promiscuous.
Yeah.
Perception.
So,
So it's how you receive
Choice.
it.
so
Yeah.
yeah. So based on that, I was trying to force myself not to even like her.
Yep.
But guess what? I can't tell you that I didn't love this chick because I did.
Exactly.
go on.
So you chose
I know
not
she's
to
fine, but
express.
They can still hear you.
Yep. So you chose not to be real with her and stuff based
No,
on
I
your
was real with that, man.
based on
I
your
think you're a hoe.
sentiments.
So I don't want to be with you.
Yeah,
But-
but you had sentiments about her, but you could have done more.
I was 18, man. I was trying to get some pussy. I
Yeah.
wasn't really.
See?
Personally, I
Choice.
think
Yeah.
I think love is in the giving. Is in. It's really the person.
It's
that
always in the
gives-
giving. It's
it's
not
it's
about what
always
you
the person-
receive.
it's really
It's
the
never
person
been
that's
in what
giving
you
it, not
receive
the person
anyway.
that's receiving
It's
it.
what you. I mean, you can feel it, but it's not what you receive. It's what you.
No,
It's always
Have
been what you give.
But you know, giving love without receiving love is like pouring water into a sea.
No, I'm not even talking
They're
about.
pointing to
I'm
a
not.
safe,
I'm not.
like-
I'm not talking about a situation in
You're
where
not banking anything.
I don't think you need to give love because you're going to receive. I think if you give love, you just give it
Yes.
without expecting
But
anything back.
when you-
Exactly,
when-
yes.
That's the purest form of love.
I agree.
You give without.
But no,
I
but if you
agree.
answer, but if you're in
But
it
you're
with
talking about
someone,
relationship.
you're talking about if you're talking about relationship, then eventually you're gonna You're gonna
let me say-
count
let me-
your
wait, let me ask you this.
losses or your
Are
wins.
you
or whatever.
me,
So
I'm
again,
not
that's my-
capable-
that's
why
my-
I've said I'm
yeah.
arrogant. I'm not capable of loving a woman and knowing she loves someone else.
Okay,
sure.
so
Why? No.
let me say this.
I-
No, but that's what
I
you're saying
expect,
now.
yeah, I
So
mean,
let me
I
say
expect
this.
anybody, I don't love only one person in the world.
So let me
I don't
say
love
this.
only one
That's
person.
not that.
Yeah,
No,
so-
you're with
so-
someone.
You
I
said
do
lover,
like someone else.
intimate lover.
Oh,
So let me say this.
Well, so you're asking now about a situation where
I love my auntie. I don't like her. So it's possible to not love and to love
So
her.
let
I
me
don't
say
love
this.
anybody I
right?
don't like.
She's not even nice to me.
But
Oh no, it happens.
I'm just saying I don't love anybody I don't like.
Yeah.
But so you're saying a partner, am I okay with the person being with someone else?
No, not being.
Okay.
Loving someone
Let's
else.
say you
like
like
just
so-
if
you
you
like
like
a bit-
You
you
love
like-
this
you
woman,
like
but
a
she's
woman.
like, look, I'm gonna marry you
yeah.
because you show me so much love.
Yeah.
Like I just love the person you are. I like how you are.
I love the idea of who you
My
are.
heart is really
Listen.
with this person. This person's gone. I can't get them again. But
Like
I'm
he's
with you,
dead?
I'm with you here.
No,
No, he's
let me
Listen,
give you this situation.
listen.
You
So
get-
so
you get what I'm
bottom
saying.
bottom line is this: love without heartbreak, it's not full love. I mean, that's full circle. There needs to be heartbreak at some point, beginning and middle.
Why?
But
It's
there will always be a
inevitable.
heartbreak or something.
Because of what love? Because
What
of
is the expectation that has
No, he has to say that it has to be weighed against something in order for it to. have
because
its full
look,
form
see,
or
at the end of the day,
just
to
make it
choose
crazy.
someone else out of yourself, choose this person, right? Is to adopt that person, right? So you're basically letting go of everything you know, which is who you are.
Not
And
necessarily.
yes, it is.
not necessarily.
Who you are,
You are
and what you
dropping-
you are
You are
yourself.
sacrificing.
No
certain
two
things
people
if
are
you
the
want
same.
to,
No
but-
two
I don't think
fingerprints
you
are the
should have
same,
to
right?
if it's real love.
No, you always
So
have to.
so
No,
so
well,
so
I
let
mean,
me
if you're
let me land.
Let him land, let him land.
So let me land,
Love.
right?
Queen jet.
So let
I
me
have a
land.
point to make,
You're
actually.
adopting someone else,
Yes.
right? As someone you're going to spend the rest of your time and space with,
Not
right?
necessarily. You can love.
Sure, let's keep it real.
Instantaneously, I love this person. You want to be with that person. Euphoria and everything. And that's that person. You're adopting someone else, right? That person is alien to you. Completely alien to you.
Why would
You
you
need to learn and understand that person's way. It is inevitable that you will absolutely be disappointed at some point, because what you actually fall in love with is the image of that person, not the person themselves. You see, when you reconcile the reality of who that person is with the image of who that person is, yeah, you get heartbroken because you realize, look, phantom.
Not all the time.
No, all the
I
time.
promise. Okay.
You
I rest my
make it
case.
seem like
Things come to
getting
light.
heartbroken
Things
is not a
happen.
hard thing, you know. Getting heartbroken is just a matter of
I rest my
have a
case.
theory.
expectations not being met.
I have a theory.
You see me,
That's
I deal with
I feel like
shit
you've
as
had
it
your, I
is.
feel like you've had your heart broken.
Of fucking course, because I've dared to love many times.
Dead.
And yeah, and to be fair, yeah, I have. But like,
haven't so
I
much.
fucking race towards that shit, man. I walk in and
Well,
out
you
of
probably used
heartbreaks
to.
like Border Patrol,
I've
my
had my
guy.
heart broken,
Wait,
but
what?
not
I don't,
because-
yeah.
No, I
So I
haven't so
race-
much, but
I've
still,
had my
towards
heart
Bo-
broken, but
towards
not
heartbreak.
Like
because
Border
I dared
Patrol,
to love.
I don't,
I
it doesn't
I
move
don't
me, it doesn't phase me.
think they're necessarily
no, I didn't think it was
Why not?
daring to love. I
Huh?
probably
I
just
don't
love the
think
person
I
and
don't
some
think
shit
they are
happened.
connected.
Why should I be
For
afraid
me,
of
heartbreak
getting
is
heartbroken?
just
It's inevitable.
heartbreak is
You
just
always,
someone not
look,
meeting
you
as
always get
expectation
heartbroken.
that you expected
Even
them
if you
to
get
meet.
married to
That's
that
all it
person
is.
for 50
It could be
years,
you.
you get fucking
It could be
broken.
anybody that just believes
It's
would do
full
this
cycle.
thing and didn't do it.
You have
Okay.
to.
See,
So,
like, I see,
what are you
saying
afraid
this-
of
I'm
when
saying
you know
this
what the
advice.
consequences
I'm saying
are?
this dangerously because I'm married.
Why?
My wife might get to see this.
Do
But I
people
think
choose to
love,
paint
right?
pictures and?
Pete,
Alright.
Love, right? So people can go through. There's this idea of love has to last forever. Love has to be
Yeah.
I think it does.
like there's this.
No.
No. Love can and
Delusion.
should, and it will be lovely if it lasts forever. But there are people that have loved millions of times, thousands of times in their lives.
Yeah.
When I was growing up, I used to be confused as to when people would say, "Oh, this is third wife," or "This her third husband." I'm like, hold on. So 3 times you stood somewhere and said, "I want to spend the rest of my life with this person,"
Yep.
and then a couple years later you come and said, "I want to spend the rest of my
But
life."
I'd be
with my
thinking,
life."
I think
Mhm.
those people have a problem.
And then you come again
No.
and say, "I want to spend the rest of my life."
No,
with this person."
because they want to spend the life, but they don't know how to commit to
No,
the spending
what-
of
what-
I don't
life.
think
can't.
that's not it. That's
You
not it,
can't.
no?
Here's my
You
argument.
can't.
Yeah.
Here's my
It's
argument.
never-
No,
you
let,
can't.
wait, let me
No,
They
no,
have
no.
fallen in genuine love to them. Because love, as you say, is choice, is perception, right? So they've fallen in that love. But then society's pressures have told them that love translates to marriage. So they felt that, okay, because I love someone,
It
we
has
should
to be
next step.
marriage.
Yeah.
Whereas if those same people just dealt with those things as relationships, by the time they meet someone, the third person they end up spending 30, 40 years with, they're someone that have never been married before, and they're now in a relationship, but they had a few exes. But instead, because of what society shows them, they're coming as, oh, I'm on my fourth marriage.
So,
So love can happen over.
So what happens
I was
to
in
the
a
one?
No, but you see-
9-year relationship,
It was great.
and I loved her at the time. I still have love for her. Like,
It is about-
I can't see her on fire and I won't go and help her. I can't. However, I'm happily married with a child. Like, I love my wife and my family.
so that's why when you said there's different kinds of love,